Life's a ride, so let's make it count. Cherish every moment, that's what it's about. Tune in, together we're building our groove. Every beat, every laugh, we're ready to move. A little laughter, some love, we're soaring high. Every single episode reaching for the sky. News on the airwaves, spreading good vibes. Friends together, watch how our spirits rise. Kick back, unwind, leave the troubles behind. This podcast is gold, the treasure you'll find. With every word, we'll light up your day. Join the conversation, let's laugh all the way. A little laughter, some love, we're soaring high. Every single episode reaching for the sky. News on the airwaves, spreading good vibes. Friends together, watch how our spirits rise. Kick back, unwind, leave your troubles behind. This podcast is gold, a treasure you'll find.
Good morning. It's still morning. Good morning, everybody. Welcome back to the True Crime Cafe, and I hope you're all having a great start to your weekend. Thank you for joining us. Appreciate you very much. Please, please, please make sure to hit the like button on your way in the door and share it out, guys. Bring everybody on in here with us. Let's get our day and our weekend kicked off together. Would you two stop? These dogs. That's all you do is fight. Come on in, everybody. So, yes, 'tis I, Mr. Dago. It's just me today, guys. Mama Bear is working on content today, and she's in a group, so she's busy for something we're going to be bringing you guys Monday. So it's just me you're stuck with today. Sorry. Come on in and grab a seat, grab your cup of joe or whatever you're drinking, and let's get this stuff started. Please and thank you. Come on. Let's see. Come on down, guys. Come on down. Let's see who we got in here so far. Stormy Jane, back in the house. Hello and good morning, dear. Miss Alicia J. Great to see you. Elizabeth Wagner, welcome back to you. Devil Woman's in the house this morning. Great to see you. SRBBB. Good to see you. Let me see. Tandy, the Seahawks fan. Miss Tandy's in the house. Great to see you today. Mark Schumann, welcome back, brother. Good to have you here. Speaking of brothers, Mikey with the last 24's in the house. Good to see you, boss. Great to have you here. Miss Sherry, welcome back to you. Bemmy Rose. Great to see you today. Thank you for joining us. L. Joe, good to see you. Yo. Great to have you here. Let me see here. The Tomboy's actually in the house in the morning. Hey. Good to see you, Tomboy. Thank you for being here. Guys, please again, make sure to hit the like button, share it out. Would you two stop? Quit your fighting. These two are like little kids, I swear. SRB, look at this. 22 months. 2 years. Going on 2 years. That's crazy. Boy, how time flies when you're having fun, I swear. And thank you. Happy Day-anniversary to you, Miss SRB. Thank you for all you do and for being part of this community, this family. We appreciate you very much. I cannot. I'm not going to do that right now, Tomboy. Thank you for calling it out, though, and pointing it out. Appreciate that. I forgot the K in the first place. I type so fast, and my keys stick sometimes. And thanks to Miss Alicia, otherwise we were going to ick the weekend off. I'm sorry. We were going to ick it off, not kick it off. So I had to go put the K back, and it didn't fit right. So it's going to look like that for a little bit longer, Tomboy. I know it's going to bother you, but it's going to look that way. Official, welcome back. Good to see you. With the ads. I'm sorry with the ads. It is set to the lowest setting possible, you guys. I do apologize. Um, nope, no donut crumbs. I don't know why they stick. Probably coffee because I spill my coffee like every other day. What the hell is that? What is that? Oh, my sign in the background. Okay. Stealing texture, huh? Nobody would have noticed it if the tomboy would not have said, "That's gonna drive me crazy." Now you got me paying attention to it. You know what? Okay, are you happy now? Are you happy now? It's fixed. Okay. Good lord. Good lord. Good lord. Good lord. I could have let it go, but she drew my attention back to it, and I couldn't let it go. There we go. You guys, I swear. Who's this Tommy and what did you say? Huh? Tomboy, not Tommy. Sorry. Come on in, you guys. Grab a seat, get comfortable, if you will. We're going to find out what is going on in the world today and get our weekend kicked off. We'll be in here tonight. I'll tell you what I'm going to do. I'm going to give you guys an option, but I already have a plan. We'll see what you guys want to do. So, do you want, because I can do the other tomorrow, it doesn't matter. It's Saturday. Saturday nights, we usually do the Creepy Unexplained, and Creepy Unexplained and Scary Saturday nights. And I have something for that tonight. But do you want that, or do you guys want a music night tonight? Whatever you don't want tonight, or whatever you want tonight, I'll do the other tomorrow. I'm just asking what you guys want tonight. So, in fact, I'll just do it as a poll. Let me see here. So if you want this, I'll just put it in as Creepy and Unexplained Saturday night. If you want that, then you'll answer yes to that, of course. And if you don't, then you're going to say no, and that means you want the music thing. So, where you going, Stormy? What happened? Well, that was quick. Good to see you. um, hey Taylor, Captain Jenks, good to see you. Before you get in trouble, why are you gonna get in trouble? Welcome, Love Tina. Good to see you. The bird has landed. Welcome. Good to see you. Of course, I showered. I shower twice a day usually. In the morning, in the evening. Miss Lacey, welcome. Michelle Apple, welcome back. Good morning, Miss Molly. Good to see you. Whiteboard, welcome back. Good to see you today. Do you scrub front to back or back to front? Side to side. Does that change it up? You go side to side? Or maybe both, front to back and back to front. Aurora, welcome and good morning. Jody Walters, morning. Good to see you all. Thank you for joining us. Yes, good morning to all the amazing Blue Crew. Thank you all for joining us today. Ha ha, cha cha cha. That was good. I like that. Oh, I don't know whiteboard. I'm sorry. And welcome, Miss Wisdom Speaks. Good to see you, dear. Thank you for joining us today. Thank you to again all to the Blue Crew. Thank you guys for being here. You guys are amazing. I couldn't, I wouldn't, shouldn't do it without you. It was good. That was a good one. I like that. I like that a lot. Come on in, you guys. Grab a seat, please. Yes, I know. Kind of boring. It's just me. Just the Dago with no bear. It's okay though. I'll try to make it. I'll try to make it worthy. I'm not worthy of the mama bear, but I'll try. Um, what was I just gonna? Oh, let me see something here real fast. Real fast. One moment. It is, and thank you. It's a little bit of a cluttered mess right now because we're trying to spring clean and move things and reposition things. So don't mind the mess. It is a mess to me right now, at least. But it is very cozy and comfortable. I'll say that much. Thank you, Miss SRB. Follow our TikTok if you have not yet done it, please and thank you, as well as our Facebook as well. Thank you for that as well. Miss Denise, welcome. Good to see you. Yeah, that's why everything is kind of like you can't really see it, but doesn't matter what I do. There's a bunch of stuff stacked on this table behind me that has to be all of this has to be repositioned and put in different places. It's all my toy crap is what it is. Um Thank you, official. And things are getting removed around. That stack of stuff that's been sitting there for 2 weeks now with the fan and all that stuff. We have no idea where that's going to go yet. That's why it's still sitting there. And I'm very OCD about things being in places. Okay, I can't handle. It's bad. If you come in the house and you take your shoes off, because we do that here, and you take them off and they're not sitting like this to where the toes point inward to each other and they're backwards, Dago's gonna have a temper tantrum, a little fit over that. I'm crazy, you guys. I'm absolutely insane. My OCD is nuts. So everything has to have a place. Everything has to sit just in the right way. Like if you got placemats on your table, the corners have to meet just right. So my family likes to mess with me, and they'll walk past our dining room table if we have things there and twist things and spin things just so I have to walk past and go fix it. It drives me nuts. It does. Everything is perfect to me. It's got to be. My furniture in the living room has to be like cornered a specific way. My wife puts something flat against the wall. I go nuts. I don't know what it is. It's crazy. Um, it's bad. Michelle, I love the fire on your screen behind you. I've trained myself to focus just on you. Always your words are due. So I won't. Well, thank you so much, Michelle. God bless. That's amazing. That is amazing. So yeah, my OCD is horrible. It's very bad. So when we do the spring cleaning, it takes forever because we have to find just the right place for everything and make sure that everything gets put away. And I can't stand clutter. It's nuts. It's okay. It's what I call home sweet home. My brother and I are the same. It's not crazy. You're describing my first job working at a restaurant. Gotcha. I've always been that way. Even as a child, like I had the cleanest room of any teenage male you'll ever see in your life. Everything was perfect. All my posters were like perfectly lined up. Okay. If they did this, I was losing my mind. It was so much. Yeah, I've always been that way. Should be CDO, compulsive disorder, obsessive. Okay. Welcome under and over. Good to see you. Come on in, guys. I'm just trying to wait for everybody to get here. Oh, yeah. My cupboards? Mm-mm. Go ahead and open my cupboards and shove something in there and don't put it in order. I don't even say anything anymore. I just fix everything. It drives my family insane because I'll go move something. And I'm a freak about lights too. I don't like lights being turned on. That dining room light behind us, my wife is always doing something on that table in there because she does baking and crafting and stuff. So when there's nobody in the room for more than 30 seconds, I go and turn the light back off. She's like, I was coming back. Would you leave the light switch alone? I'm like, I can't handle it. I can't handle it. I just can't. Especially now with the electric pricing now. Yeah, absolutely. Fridge, everything. I've always been that way. And I've never thought that it was a bad thing. I'm super like overly clean, I guess you could say. That's why I said I take 2 showers a day, one in the morning, one at night. I can't handle it. I can't go to bed without having taken a shower. And as soon as I wake up, I get in the shower. And that's mostly because of my back and neck, because I'm so stiff every morning when I get up and I have those back problems. it helps me to motivate. Good morning, Miss Cassie. Good to see you. Good to have you here. If I touched his figurines or anything was moved a couple oh yeah. I'm the same way. With all my toys and my action figures and stuff that I have situated, it's a mess right now. I can't even look at it, guys. It drives me nuts. It is all in a disaster because there's no room for everything anymore. And this here is supposed to have 2 weeks ago. We were supposed to spin this around, and the view behind me is going to change. This is going to be spun around completely to where I'm facing that way, so you guys don't have to see what's going on in there. And I'll have my shelving and stuff behind me at that point, and you'll see all of that crap then. So, and it should be more organized. I'm overly crazy about that stuff. Mm-mm. I can't even look at glitter, you guys. It drives me insane because you never get it all. For New Year's, my wife thought it would be cute to buy those poof things that you blow, the big champagne bottle, and it got glitter and strings and stuff everywhere. And as soon as they blew, I was vacuuming. I vacuum like 4 times a day. It's another problem I have. I can't handle anything on the floor. Confetti? Oh my god. No. 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 Confetti should be outlawed. It should be illegal, you guys. It should be illegal because you never get all of it. I'm still finding little pieces of that shit from New Year's under a couch or something. I can't handle it. Can't handle it. Yeah, it is better than glitter because glitter sticks to things that you don't see, and it just never goes away. Yeah, Tomboy has an insane amount of glitter. It's and stuff like that. It's scary. If it ever fell off the wall or fell apart, I would have to burn the house down. No way. Miss Karen, hello and welcome. Thank you for joining us. This one here. It was God. When did I get this? I can't remember when I got this. I've had this for a long time. Um, it was a gift. I can't remember. I can't remember who bought it for me. It's a gift. It's a gift. I got it. God, 20 years ago, 20 plus years ago. I like turquoise a lot. Always have. I have another one. I have a thing, a chain, a necklace too that has a turquoise thing in it too. I've always liked turquoise and onyx. Those are my 2 favorites, and obsidian, of course, because my skull is solid obsidian, the whole thing. Um, the turquoise and onyx and obsidian, they're my favorite stones, I guess you could say. I like tiger's eye too, but yeah. My birthstone is that ugly yellow one. Is it citrine? November 23rd. Yeah, that ugly yellow thing is my birthstone. My daughter gave me the obsidian because she's into stones and all that stuff. Excuse me, crystals, and this is supposed to be good for stress, she said. And because of what I do, so I keep it sitting here at my desk because I like skulls. I collect skulls and stuff like that. Obsidian is my favorite. There's a place you can go camping in Oregon on the mountain that has it. Oh, really? That's wild. That's your birthstone, Taylor? Which one? Um, no, I think isn't it called citrine? That yellow, that ugly yellow one. I have crystals and My kids try to help me with stress, and they give me these things that I keep around me. This has I can't remember what the hell this is called, but it's supposed to be something healthy. Um, and then of course my skull here, and I have other little things around. I can't get to them; they're up and around here, but and they're supposed to keep your stress levels low because I get stressed out easy. Oh, citrine, yeah, yeah. I never did like this stone. It's ugly to me. It's just blah. And then you got people that have these beautiful like diamond and ruby and the emerald rocks. Molly likes rocks. White quartz. I didn't think it's amethyst. That's my wife's birthstone. Is it purple, you guys? I can't tell. It's got it's got like a lavender tint to it, but I think it's quartz. I think it is the quartz. I think that's what my daughter told me. Sorry, yeah, smoky quartz. There you go. Thank you. I knew it was quartz. She said that, but looks like pop rocks. There you go. I wouldn't put them in your mouth and see what happens, but yeah, the quartz is supposed to be good for something too. I don't quite understand all that stuff. My daughter does, but she's like, "Here, just keep this near you. You'll be fine." And I'm like, "Okay, what does it mean? You don't need to know. Just you'll be all right." My mother, my mother's birthstone is emerald. I love that. It's beautiful. And jade. I love jade. I like stones. I like looking at them, but you know, I just don't know what they all mean all the time. I've always been obsessed with turquoise, though. I love it, really do. I have up in my bedroom on a shelf. I have another rock that looks like a geode, like that has bits and pieces of turquoise embedded in it. It's really pretty. Esmeralda, Esmeralda, December. What is December? Can't remember. I would definitely try to eat it. You're killing me today, official. I love it. Yes, you got the people whose birthstones are diamond and rubies and my wife's is that amethyst. Um, it's white quartz. Yeah, it's not purple. It's definitely white or smoky white, whatever you call it. I have little jars. My daughter has. Sorry, guys. Our teachers are in their house. CZ, welcome. I am a Sagittarius. If you guys didn't hear me, yes. Miss Tandy, Miss Jody, Miss CZ. I appreciate you guys very much. Um, for what you guys do every day. Ruby, Ruby, Ruby. Happy Saturday in cold ass spring. Mm. Oh wow. Yep. See, this is how my daughter has her stuff set up too, except for the Pokemon card. That's pretty cool, Cass. That's what she does with all her. She's got so many more of these little place settings. Oh, okay. Now we're gonna have to talk, Cassie. I love that skull. I love skulls. Yeah, I have some of these these little crystals here. I have these too, and that's awesome. Absolutely awesome. And the roses, those are pretty too. And then you got a Pokemon card shoved back in there. That's pretty neat. That is awesome. That is really awesome. He made that skull. That's badass. I like that a lot. Yes, don't forget to vote on the poll, everybody. Garnet, that's another one. And then this is sick. This right here. Oh, that's a Pikachu, ain't it? That is badass. Look at that. What is that stone? That glowing looking thing. What is that? That is awesome. And it's a Pikachu, I think. Very cool, Cass. I love this one right here. That's gorgeous. But that's really damn cool, whatever that is. Yoperlite? That is awesome. I love that. Or Uperlite. Really cool. Elephant is your, yeah, we have something like that for our Scentsy stuff too. Amethyst, yes, very pretty, Jody. Very, very cool stuff, Cass. Thanks for showing me that. I've never seen anything like that though. That's really neat. Uperlite. Yeah, amethyst. That's what I said. I said she's got my wife, one of the most beautiful stones for the most beautiful woman in the world. It fits her perfectly. Oh, okay, Cassie. Nice seeing you. Everybody's leaving me, coming and leaving. $21. It weighs a pound. Really? It looks heavy as hell. We'll see you, Cass. It is a Pikachu. That's really cool. The elephant is really neat too. I love it. This right here, that green thing is really, really awesome. Are you Karen? See? Yeah, amethyst is really pretty. All right. Oh, okay. I got you. That's awesome. Yeah, this is what my daughter gave me this for Father's Day. If this thing, guys, you could do some damage with this thing. It's heavy. It's solid all the way through. And I have more stuff in the living room in there too. Yes, I saw that, Tomboy. We're gonna talk about it. It's very sad, but we're gonna talk about it. No, this skull, Tina, is this is black onyx. That skull is obsidian. Me too. So does Mama Bear. Mama Bear has tons of them. All right. We got 58 peeps in here. I guess we're gonna get to moving. Welcome, Ho named Ida. It's an amazing stone, yeah. Black's my favorite color, or not color. And thank you, SRB. Anybody who wants to join up and become a member and jump into sauce with us, there is your link for the iPhone. And there's your regular link. All right. All right. We are going to get to moving now. Again, thank you all for joining me today. I appreciate you guys very much. All right. Let's get seeing what we're going to throw. Well, I guess we'll go with the worst first. The absolute worst. And I want to prepare everybody right out of the gate.
Trigger warning. Content may include sensitive or violent content not suitable for all viewers. Feel free to step out if needed.
All right, guys, just be prepared because we're going to be talking about some bad news. I'm really brokenhearted over this and very angry at the same time. So bear with me as well.
At Ethan Allen, what you see is only the beginning. We're here to create your signature look, and our design service is always complimentary. We'll craft your furniture and deliver
official.
it with exceptional care. Have your home designed by Ethan Allen, your interior design destination.
Thank you, Lee.
Welcome to the News at 4. I'm Joe Perez.
And I'm Brenda Rodriguez, and we start with some sad news this evening. The family of Victor Perez, the boy shot by police in Pocatello, confirmed to us that he has been declared brain dead. The family also says that they will be removing his life support tomorrow. If you remember, Perez has been in the hospital for at least since Sunday after being shot by 4 Pocatello police officers. It started Saturday night when a caller reported that Perez was intoxicated and trying to stab his family. Victor's family says that he is just a nonverbal autistic kid, wasn't intoxicated, and posed no threat. The Pocatello mayor says that the 4 officers were placed on administrative leave as they continue the investigation. And in a statement, Victor's aunt, Ana Perez, says that, in part, quote, Victor is dying while the officers are at home with their families having breakfast, lunch, and dinner while they're on administrative leave, end quote. And again, the family says that they will be removing his life support tomorrow.
So, we covered that story yesterday, and it's horrible. And I'm going to say at this point now that I think that they should be charged at this point. This child was living as an autistic child, but he was living his life with his family. There were rough spots, yes, but now they don't even have him, guys. And this is unbelievable to me. Absolutely unbelievable to me. And to see that, I thought that, it was possible that he was going to be able to recover. There was no call for any of what happened there. I have another piece of this too. For those of you that aren't familiar with it, one moment, you guys. All right, hang on. I'm going to give you the other part of this too, for those of you that weren't familiar. It's a horrible story out of Idaho.
A split-second decision by police.
In situations like this, officers must make decisions in seconds. They assess threats, not just to themselves, but to those nearby.
A decision leaving a nonverbal autistic teen fighting for his life.
I hope it reaches out to as many communities, even autistic communities too.
And a family demanding accountability.
So for those of you not familiar, this was a 17-year-old autistic teenager. I believe he had cerebral palsy as well. He didn't walk very well, okay? And he had a knife. He was having an episode. He was with his in his yard, inside a fence, and his mother was trying to get the knife off of him, okay, and calm him down. The neighbors saw what was going on, called 911, and thought that the boy was maybe trying to attack his family. It's not what was happening. They showed up. They jump out of their vehicles. There were 6 or 7 of them, I think. Guns drawn, ran up to the barrier that was between them and the boy with the knife, drew their weapons and fired on him and took him down. It didn't have to happen. There was no assessing a situation. There was no talking to anybody. They just went right into that mode. Okay. And he ended up going into the hospital like that, was in a coma, had to have his leg amputated. And again, no reason, no call. I went off about it yesterday. I'm not going to do it today. I'm just heartbroken right now because they're taking him off of life support. He's brain dead at this point, and there's no life left in him. And this is what their choice is. None of this had to happen, you guys. There was a fence there, as you saw. I'll play this and let you see the rest, and then I'll explain a little bit more.
De aquí no me voy hasta que no vea la justicia de esos oficiales.
Mind you, there was a language barrier too, and they didn't stop. They just went right into action the way they did, and it was ridiculous.
We're continuing to follow the recovery of 17-year-old Victor Perez, an autistic teen shot by police in Pocatello. As video of the incident circulates on social media, his family and community are speaking out, hoping to raise more awareness about autism while Victor remains in critical condition, fighting for his life. It started with this 911 call Saturday evening.
911 with Perez, your emergency. There's a couple out back behind their shop brandishing a knife.
The caller reported that 17-year-old Victor Perez was trying to stab his family.
This guy, he's pretty strong.
But Victor's family says that's far from what was really happening. ¿Era el niño una amenaza a ustedes en particular?
No, la amenaza eran ellos.
Victor's grandfather, Luis Alicea, says that he was outside with Victor's mom and sister preparing for a barbecue when he saw Victor walking over.
Ese palo que está ahí, ¿no ves? Yo lo quería para picarlo para cocinar. Entonces yo veo que el niño, yo estoy aquí afuera buscando leña de esta leña que está aquí. Ahí. Y cuando yo vengo ya para acá, ya viene el niño. Mi hermanita vino con la escoba para ver si me quitan el cuchillo.
He says Victor was holding a knife, but he didn't seem threatening.
Pero cuando yo vengo para acá, pues yo veo al niño que viene de allá para acá con un cuchillo. Pero yo no sé si él viene a jugar conmigo, a traerme el cuchillo para ayudarme.
In a press conference, Pocatello police say they arrived on scene responding to what they believed was a dangerous situation.
The risk was immediate and the situation rapidly evolving.
In a social media video recorded by a witness, you can see Victor swinging the knife. PPD says Victor was armed and refused to follow orders.
Officers.
You see 1, 2, 3, 4. I think there's 5. They're all guns drawn at this kid. They're on the other side of a fence, okay? He's back there. He's nowhere near them, okay? And the mother can step away from him. It's a misunderstanding and complete miscommunication in this sense. He needed to be calmed down because he has episodes like this, okay? They could have pulled tasers. They could have pulled beanbag guns or rubber bullet, anything. No, they pulled a lethal weapon. All of them, and stood in a sense of like a firing line, you guys, and just let go. This is absolutely the most uncalled for thing I've ever seen in my life.
Positioned just outside the yard gave repeated commands for the male to drop the knife. He did not comply. Instead, he stood up and advanced toward the officers while still armed.
Victor's family says those commands may not have meant anything to him. He is autistic, nonverbal, and does not understand English.
No, él no entiende inglés. El niño no es incapacitado.
There it is, guys. There's all of those things, and they didn't take 3 seconds. It was a 7-second response from the time they pulled up and got to the fence and fired on him. 7 seconds. There was no assessing the scene. There was no communication between, or even attempted communication between the officers and any of the adults at the scene. Nothing. They did nothing. Okay. This was absolute, just absolute ridiculous. Okay.
No puede, él no puede caminar. Él no habla mucho. Él camina, pero no camina normal. Y yo le decía a ellos, mira, no disparen, que es un niño especial. No me hicieron caso, nada.
Despite Luis's plea with officers, police shot Victor.
Como en menos de 3 segundos empezaron a disparar. No dialogaron nada. Bueno, en los videos canta todo.
PPD says Victor was shot 9 times before officers rendered aid.
Él se fue a levantar, ya el niño estaba casi de pie, ahí mismo le dispararon. Se ve la medida porque en el hombro le dieron un tiro. Bajito. Gracias a Dios que no le cogieron la cabeza.
The incident has left his family with questions about why deadly force was used so quickly, especially against a teen with disabilities. ¿Por qué piensas que dispararon ellos?
Yo creo porque no tienen escuela. Les falta más training. Y el que le dio training a ellos está más malo que ellos.
But the family is not alone. Community members also speaking out, standing in solidarity with Victor.
I laid down just a couple of flowers for Victor Perez. Because being autistic myself, I thought I'd pay tribute as well.
And for many, the shooting is a call to better understand people on the autism spectrum.
I hope that we can all understand autistic people more and see how unique they could be, really, and just pay more attention to what's going on and not discriminate based on race, language, or skin, because that's just a little bit of a problem nowadays.
Some community members are expressing frustration, saying they haven't heard from other city leaders about the situation. One resident sent an email to Pocatello Mayor Brian Bladd saying, quote, "What's even more disheartening is your silence. When children can be shot by police despite obvious warning signs, language barriers, and physical separation, and city leadership chooses not to speak, it sends a chilling message that we should not expect accountability, transparency, or change." While the community seeks answers, Victor continues to fight for his life in the hospital, still in a coma and in critical condition.
No está muy bien, el niño está en coma todavía. El niño le ha hecho una cuanta operación. Le cortaron una pierna que no la tiene, que eso jamás la va a regresar para atrás. No, yo tengo fe en Dios y él va a vivir.
And just into our newsroom, Pocatello Mayor Brian Bladd released a statement on Facebook saying, in part, the Pocatello community has experienced a tragic event and we are all reeling from what happened, especially the Perez family. Please know that this incident has my full attention. The City Council and I do not take what happened lightly. He says that all 4 officers have been placed on administrative leave as per standard practice. He says that they plan to release body camera footage in the upcoming weeks. PPD did not take questions during the press conference. We also tried to reach them, and we have not heard back yet. To watch the witness video, read the city's full statement, and to learn more about ways to support the family, visit our website at ktvb.com.
And now today, they've come to the realization that he has no brain activity, so they're going to be removing him from life support. None of this had to happen. None of this had to happen.
We have the brain of a little kid, 5 years old. I always come every weekend, and that day I decided to go. I decided to go to Walmart first, and after I got out, they called me screaming.
When Vasquez finally made it to the house, police wouldn't let her get close. She says her nephew has his difficulties, but he can be calmed down. Wow. Vasquez says Victor genuinely liked the police prior to this, and it's why she doesn't understand why the police used so much force.
I want everybody knows that what they did here, it's murder. I know the position of the police, but only one can at least stop him. If you have to shoot, okay, only one. But what the heck, what was that? 9 bullets. They took 9 bullets out of that kid.
Victor's grandfather, who witnessed the incident, doesn't understand why things happened the way they did.
That he was just trying to tell him not to shoot and everything. And I mean, that was like his son. So.
Either way, the family is now hoping and waiting for the best possible outcome, despite the fact that Victor's leg was amputated and doctors tell the family he will have permanent brain damage.
I don't understand why one police officer couldn't do this. There didn't need to be 5 or 4 shooting all at the same time on one 17-year-old autistic child with disabilities. Mm-mm. I just don't. I can't justify this in any way, shape, or form. It just doesn't. It doesn't happen. It doesn't work, you guys. I'm sorry. This broke me yesterday. It did. I have I have a child that has ASD. And the first thing that goes through our minds as a parent that has a child with disabilities is seeing this happen is that's my child standing there too. Okay. Being misunderstood and handled like that. It's unbelievable. It happens everywhere. It happened here before. It happened here before. I can't remember. We had one in Cleveland that was shot. Different situation. A small child that had a toy gun that they pulled out at a playground. They pulled up and shot him. He died. And the gun even had that orange tip on it. It looked like a toy gun, but they didn't stop. They didn't assess anything. They didn't talk to him. They just shot him because he held the gun up. He was playing. He was a little 10-year-old kid. It needs to stop. The training needs to happen and bad. In a bad way. They need mental health training. Thank you. Oh yeah, this is the
Friday night in Glendale.
No, this is another one, you guys. Another one. Thank you, Wisdom. God bless. This is what I'm saying, you guys. And this is it's enough. It's more than enough.
Friday night in Glendale, Golda Barton called police to help her with her son.
It was less than 5 minutes. How could it have escalated in less than 5 minutes? He was running away. He was running away.
Barton says her 13-year-old son, Lyndon, was running from police because he was scared. He didn't want to be taken to the hospital. Lyndon has autism and Asperger's and was extremely upset. Barton called the police and asked for a crisis intervention team
that knows how to deal with people with mental health issues, okay? So you call them, and they're supposed to come out and be able to de-escalate a situation using the most minimal force possible.
Telling officers her son needed to be taken to the hospital for treatment.
I said, look, he's unarmed. He doesn't have anything. He just gets mad and he starts yelling and screaming. And he's a kid. He's trying to get attention. He doesn't know how to regulate.
When police arrived, her son ran away. One Salt Lake City police officer fired their weapon.
And I hear, get down on the ground. Get down on the ground. Get on the ground! Bam, 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 bam!
Police said they were responding to a juvenile psych episode and had reports that Lyndon had made threats with a weapon, but haven't yet said if a weapon was recovered at the scene. Barton says he didn't have one.
And I thought my son was dead, and they didn't tell me he wasn't dead, and they wouldn't let me go to the hospital for like a long, long time.
Lyndon is now awake, but his recovery will be an extremely long one. Barton says she takes solace in the support from her community, but needs answers from police.
Why didn't they tase him? Why didn't they shoot him with a rubber bullet? He's a small child. Why don't you just tackle him? You are big police officers with massive amounts of resources. Come on, give me a break.
Why does lethal force have to be used in situations like this? I don't understand this, you guys. Why didn't they tackle him? Why didn't they shoot him with a rubber bullet or a taser? With any of these situations, they go right for lethal force and it's done. Thank God this child lived, okay? And it's going to have a long, long road to heal, but why? I don't understand any of this anymore. Train the police for the right things, okay? That's what I mean. The first thing they do, Mama Bear, they go for the most lethal weapon they have. These guys have these other things and these other options to train first. You have a taser on the opposite hip that you're carrying that gun on. Why can't you grab that first? It's almost like they want to use that weapon, okay? And not to mention, I have police officer friends. When you do pull that weapon, you are supposed to shoot to maim, not to kill. You don't shoot to take somebody's life. You shoot to take them down. Their leg, their shoulder, their arm, a non-fatal shot. And they don't do it. I'm not muted, Stormy. I'm not muted. You might be. Can you guys hear me okay? They probably do, Tina. But if that's the case, then they need the therapy, the training, the counseling, whatever they need. They need to deal with it or take the badge off. I'm just saying that's what needs to happen. If you don't have the mental capacity, the emotional capacity, hand the badge and the gun back over and move on to something else. Okay, my own friends that are police officers have said the same thing, that there are people out there that just shouldn't be doing this. They don't have that mental capacity or the emotional capacity, or they used to and they no longer do. Hand it over, guys. I got PTSD from working as a first responder. I can't do it anymore. It's okay to step away from something. It's okay to not be okay to do it anymore. It happens. Okay? You don't keep going and destroy lives. You just don't. Good morning, Miss JC. God bless. Good to see you today. Klein's in the house with the missing black people, the forgotten. Thank you for joining us, Klein. It's great to see you, my friend. There's just so much overkill anymore, guys. There was a case out of Tennessee that I covered 6 months or so ago. A young black man was beat to death by a it was a special unit that was put together. I can't think of his name right now. I'm ashamed of myself, but so many things in my head. The name I can't think of right now, but it was horrible. And he was getting up and trying to run, calling for his mother, down the block. They beat him to death for no reason. He did nothing wrong. They drug him out of his car, beat him to death, chased him down the street, beat him more, and he's dead now. No reason for any of it. And they do this all the time. That unit has been disbanded. The leader has been moved to another district or something, and it never needed to happen. Yes, that's it. Tyree, thank you, Ho. Ida, I shouldn't call you that. Ida, thank you. Tyree, I can't think of his last name. It was out of Memphis, Tennessee, and he was killed by the Scorpion unit. It was put together as a kind of like a gang unit, I guess you could say. They beat him to death, and he did nothing, and I mean nothing wrong. There's too much overkill. Way too much. None of it needs to happen. Yep, Tyree Nichols. I think it was Nichols. That blew my mind. That case blew my mind. It's happened here. It's happened here. It's enough. It's enough, okay? These people work for us. And there are good ones. So don't get me wrong when I say this. I do not believe in defunding the police. I do not believe in talking down about the police. I do believe in exposing bad people that are wearing a badge. Okay. So yeah, I know I should have read that through and said Ida instead. Sorry, Ho. I didn't mean to mean it that way, but anyway, Aurora, hello and welcome. It's a definite problem all the way around in many, many aspects. So New training, more training, new training. Mental health training is a big one. Big one. I think every first responder, whether it be law enforcement, EMS, fire, whatever it is, needs to have mental health training, period. End of story. Because it seems to be the biggest contender right now with the issues that we have. Okay. I'm so sorry, Ida. The way it came off. The name is awesome. I said that before, but anyway. So yeah, guys, those are my thoughts on that. Big time. I don't know, you guys. Moving on. Let's move on to some other stuff here. The Menendez brothers, I've heard, are being approved for a new trial, which we heard that was denied first, and now we hear this. So we shall see how that goes down. Trigger happy, untrained, scared. Yes, agreed. Exactly, Stormy. That's exactly the best way to put it. All right, let's see what we got coming up here next. One moment here. Unfortunately, we deal with a lot of bad news in here. Oh, this is wild here.
Everyone.
Very wild. Which this happens more often than it doesn't, you guys. I've seen this happen since I've been covering true crime. Probably 4 times now I've seen. Or new sentencing, yeah. That's what I meant to say. Thank you, Sherry. New sentencing, yes. Based on the time they've served. So there's a chance they may get out. Who knows? We'll see.
From prosecutors who put him in prison.
All right, check this out.
Everyone from prosecutors who put him in prison to local people hearing the story are shocked this morning to learn that the Clayton County Sheriff's Department mistakenly let this convicted murderer walk out of jail because they misread his paperwork.
This shows negligence on the part of the Sheriff's Department. We were not made aware of this at all.
Last October, Clayton Guzman was sentenced to life in prison after he choked and killed his 19-year-old girlfriend, Delilah Grayson.
This is scary. How long is he going to be at large?
Her mother, who lives in Florida, says her daughter was trying to break up with him, and she worries he could come after her.
She was getting away from whatever toxicity he was bringing into her life. So to me, that's a hero. I literally came out the house this morning, looked both ways 4 times, and then I could proceed to take my kids to school.
Guzman was about to begin serving his life sentence when staff at the jail misread a court document, failing to see that he was convicted of felony murder.
It's okay,
and
Stormy.
Assault. That was 2 weeks ago. Everyone is aware of this now only after state corrections officials were making plans to move him from jail to prison and weren't able to find him in the system. The prosecutor, who's furious, says she's been advised that every available resource is searching for Guzman. Police are saying very little about their search, and we reached out to other police agencies who tell us they haven't been called to help. Part of the complication is that this isn't a fugitive who busted out of jail. They let him go. The last 2 times this happened, those guys were out for months, and one of them only returned to this jail because he turned himself in. Steve Osentami, ABC News, Jonesboro, Georgia.
Watch breaking news on YouTube. Subscribe to ABC7 Chicago.
That's crazy to me. That is crazy. Now, what if he harms somebody now? You know what I mean? What are you going to do? Oops, sorry, we made a mistake. These people need to get it together. That's wild, you guys. Absolutely wild. Okay. Oh, yeah. I forgot about this. This is wild. Hold on. One moment here. Let me get down.
Developing this afternoon.
A couple of these things are from a couple days ago, so I'm just catching up. Sorry. Here we go.
The man charged with sexually abusing his adoptive sons has been sentenced to 40 years behind bars. This is 38-year-old Chaim Cohen. He pleaded guilty today to 4 counts of continuous sexual abuse of a child and 1 count of indecency with a child. He was given a 40-year sentence for each of the sex abuse charges, which will be served at the same time. Now, over the years, Cohen adopted 9 boys. He was charged after one of the boys detailed their abuse on a podcast. Cohen is not eligible for parole.
You ran an interesting con, sir. You violated all these young boys, and you're here today facing justice. And whatever age you are, plus 40 years, chances are you get out are very slim to none, and you deserve that sentence. You understand that, right?
Cohen, as you can see, was wheeled into court this morning. He looked pale, thin, no hair. It's a stark contrast from the last time we saw him in court back in 2023. But prosecutors say they believe that he is faking an illness.
One moment, guys. I'm trying to set something up. It won't load.
Breaking news here at 5 o'clock. A confrontation with shoplifters ends with a man losing his life in South El Monte. Now a search is on for 3 suspects who got away. Good evening. Welcome to Fox 7 News at 5, simulcast on Fox 11 and Fox 11 Plus. I'm Alex Michelson.
And I'm Susan Hirasuna here for Christine Devine. Fox 11's Gina Silva is live with what happened today. Gina.
That's right. We're at the Giant Discount Store, and right outside, just take a look. That is the scene right there. You can see investigators. They are here. They've been trying to collect footage from security cameras. What the thief walked away with was a $10 box of surgical masks. We spoke with the victim's brother. He says that this store here has been hit many times by shoplifters.
It's a small business. It's a one business. How you can survive and losing my younger brother to
A heartbroken business owner describing the pain of losing his brother. You can see the victim's family being held back by deputies outside of the Giant Discount Store in South El Monte. They've identified the victim as 63-year-old Karash Yagubi. His brother, Jamshid, called Fox 11 News to tell us Khosrow had been killed by a shoplifter. He says the thief asked to see their selection of face coverings, chose the black ones, and then walked out without paying. When Jamshid and his brother followed him to confront him, to ask him to pay, here's what he says happened next.
The guy punched him in the head and knocked him down. My brother hit the asphalt. They jumped in the car. They put it in the reverse. They ran over my brother's body. He was under the car. Then they put it in gear. And one more time, my brother rolled under the car, and they ran away. And my brother's scalp was, I think, was open, bleeding.
Kora Shagubi died at the scene. He is still here. His body is still here. They are waiting for the coroner to arrive. 3 suspects are still on the run. They fled in a light blue Honda vehicle. The suspects are described as Latino. If you know anything about this case, you're asked to contact the LA County Sheriff's Department. And sadly, this is not the first time this family loses a brother in horrific circumstances like this. In 2021, they also had a brother who was just came outside of his home, and he was attacked by a random person, struck in the head, fell down, and then he ended up getting beat up, and he died as well. So it's just so much tragedy that has affected this family.
This is just crazy anymore. The shit that's happening to people for, somebody steals something from your store and then you go to try to reclaim that or to stop the situation and you're killed for it.
Family here, and we'll have a lot more on that later in the newscast.
So Gina, basically all they took was those masks?
That's all they took. And the reason they decided to confront them was because they have been hit by shoplifters so many times. And what they explained was that sometimes you go up to a shoplifter and say, hey, you didn't pay for that. And sometimes they pay, or they leave the item and walk away. That's what they thought was going to happen today. Unfortunately, in this case, it didn't. And a younger brother is now dead.
It's unreal to me, you guys. Absolutely unreal. The things that are happening. Absolutely unreal. All right. Onward. You know that there's a... Nah, I can't. It's crazy. So I just found out somebody reported another creator's channel. Okay? The next thing we're going to look into is what finished up from yesterday. Some of the Delphi stuff, okay? But somebody reported another creator's channel because that creator believes that Richard Allen is innocent. Can you believe that? That's ridiculous. That's going a little too far, in my opinion. Absolutely too much. Get it together, folks. Get it together. Absolutely insanity. All right, so yesterday we watched some more of the interrogations with Richard Allen. Yeah, Michelle Walks is the one that was reported. It's so ridiculous. I agree, Karen. Absolutely insane. So this next one, we watched most of the interrogations with Richard Allen, and this is the last one that they bring Kathy, his wife, into after they lied to him and said that she was talking and telling the truth. So some of it you saw yesterday, but the rest of it's here too. So I wanted to show you.
Okay. We took your car, and then we also took a weapon, a SIG 40, right? Okay. Right there.
I'm going to speed through some of this to get to the point.
I was in the Marine Corps. Yeah. Shot the Perez.
They reported Atlanta too. Wow.
State police. We had Perez as well.
Who knows? Maybe it happened to me.
A little bit.
Sure.
And then
it's obviously not.
I'm not making it up.
It's obviously not the truth.
You think I'm making up that we found this round? And
I don't know what you're doing. What I'm telling you is...
I'm not making this up. You and I both know. I'm not lying to you about anything. Everything I'm telling you is facts.
Okay.
I'm not trying to trick you into anything, Rick. I know you probably you said you watched Dateline and all these fancy shows. I'm not trying to trick you. I'm just giving you some of the evidence that we have against you.
I'm telling you that that's not possible.
Well, I can't. I'm not making this up. I showed you. I can't make it up. This is a legal document. Item 16.
Any other evidence that
was identified as being cycled in the firearm of item 314. Item 314 is your gun. Item 16 is the round that we found out there on the ditch bank next to Liberty's foot. And that round compared to your gun.
And I'm telling you that didn't happen. That it's not possible.
So you think I've just typed this up? Do you think
You're saying it happened. I'm not denying you're saying that. What I'm telling you is there's no way my bullet was found near a murder scene. It didn't happen.
And I showed you a picture.
And I can tell.
This interview was October 26th of 22, I believe, 23. I don't know, Gina. I may or may not. If there's more, I don't know then. I'll have to look at that real quick. We'll pull that up after this.
Of a round, a Winchester.
By the way, welcome.
Round, right?
I've got nothing to work. Any other evidence that you have is obviously not going to point at me. I mean,
it is.
Okay.
The expert witnesses, the witnesses, all of it.
I don't believe that.
But
go ahead and call the prosecutor.
I'm just stumped here on what you think I made this up.
What do you want me to tell you?
I want you to tell you how do you think I made this up? Do you think I just typed this up? This is an official document.
I never said you made it up.
I never
said you made it up.
I can't lie to you and say, hey, I have an official document right here saying that this exam was done on this round that we found at the scene. I can't make any of that up. That's what you're telling me.
Well, no.
Okay.
I've not once said that you're lying. I've not once said that you're making that up.
You're just saying
what I'm telling you is that there's no way that a bullet from my gun ended up anywhere near a murder scene. It just didn't happen. And that's all I can tell you. I can't tell you any more than that.
And all I can tell you is we found this round back in 2017.
Okay.
Collected it. Have compared other guns to it. Other guns have not matched. We've had it for over 5.5 years. Right, we get information. You're on the trail. We want to talk to you and say, hey, what's going on? Who'd you see? What'd you do? You kind of cooperate, but then we say, hey, we're looking for this and that. Would you let us look? Nope. Get a search warrant. We did. We got a search warrant.
Sure.
And we found this gun in your house that you bought in 2001. That the extraction marks, which is the analogy I got from the lab, is it's compared to a fingerprint. It's unlike anybody else's.
Okay.
Because these extraction marks. If they got my SIG 40, if I had a SIG 40, I have a 45 and a 9, but if I had a 40, it wouldn't match to my gun. And we've had multiple 40 caliber guns down there testing on other people that cooperated with us.
Okay.
And it doesn't match to their gun. So that's why I'm telling you why we're here. Sure. The one reason why we're here today is because your gun matches to this round that was found out there. I can't make that up. I'm not lying to you, Rick. I can't. That's unethical. I can't.
It's obviously what you think. What I'm telling you is
it's not what I think. It's what the evidence is telling me. If I just thought, I'm gonna make this story up, and somebody was out there and jacked around out of their gun, I can't make that up without the evidence that indicates it. Did they say anything to?
And you know what? I'll never believe it's him. First off, Richard Allen's 5'4". The person on the bridge is 5'10" or taller. The voice that you hear on the recording is not Richard Allen's to me at all. You can't convince me of it. I've listened to it I don't know how many times. It is not his voice, especially now that we've heard his voice so much through these interrogations. No, I will not ever believe that. So, once again, I don't believe this is the man that did this. I haven't seen enough evidence to prove that. Tina says, I think it was Keegan's dad. It very could, could be. I think it's Ron Logan. That's who I think it is. That's who it sounds like to me. And kind of looks like, too.
To you about this round and about your gun the day they talked to you a couple weeks ago?
No.
No, because we didn't know.
Okay.
And then we collected all the evidence that we thought would match to the evidence that we have and run the test on it. And the test says, ding.
And what I'm telling you is, and I guess I
can't deny this.
Yeah, and that's true. When we're you hear the jail confessions over the phone. We played those yesterday. You can hear him tell his wife, there's somebody listening. I have to tell you that I did this. I need to tell you I did this. It's all wrong, folks. It's absolutely all wrong. There's nothing about this in any of these interrogations that tells me that this man is the man that did this. That's my opinion.
I know what you're telling me. You're telling me that your gun and that round was nowhere near. And I'm telling you that the evidence indicates it is. Right? We're on the same sheet?
That's what you're telling me, yes.
You can tell, though, Demon, if you listen to those confessions and you listen to the beginning, the first call, he sounds like he sounds here. When you get to the point where he's saying, I need to tell you I did this, his voice is completely mechanical. Like my mother was in here yesterday. She's a nurse, and she's listening to this saying, this man's detached. He's not there anymore, okay? And I think it was because he was coerced and drugged and threatened and told that if you don't do this, we're going to hurt your family, which he asks repeatedly every time he gets on. Is everybody okay? Are you okay? Is that okay? The things he was saying made no sense. I mean, none of it makes any sense to me. None of it. Right. And yeah, his body language here, his tone, his facial expressions, nothing tells me he did this.
And that's what you're telling me?
No.
What are you telling me?
I'm telling you that...
There's no way in hell that my gun and rounds out there. Go ahead, say it. Sorry, I won't interrupt you.
I'm not saying anything.
Because you know it's a lie. I can't make this up. That's what I'm saying. You and I both know. I can't make this up. I can't. This is a certified official document. I can't just type this shit up and say, oh, look at me. I'm lying to you, Rick. Okay. I'm trying to trick you into confessing to something you didn't do. That's bullshit. You and I both know I can't do that.
Okay.
So tell me.
You tell me. Tell me.
This is a crime circus presentation.
I think you're involved in this double homicide. That's what I'm telling you because of the facts that we have.
I get that you think that. And I'm telling you I wasn't.
Okay. And if that's all it was, your word against my word, I would be like, okay, Rick, we'll see you later. But I got all this evidence that we can present to a jury of your peers that's going to say, wow, Rick did this. He won't talk to us, though, so we don't know what he is. He's just some crazy monster that chases around teenage girls and wants to torture them and do whatever. That's what they're going to say. And now your wife and your daughter and your friends and your family have to live with that.
Exactly. They already have to. You've already done the damage.
I didn't do the damage.
You certainly did. You and everybody else.
A round from my gun isn't down there.
I can't explain to you something that I don't understand.
Okay. I wish you could. I wish somebody could.
I certainly wish I could.
Well, set tight.
And that's the problem right there, Denise, that I have. Ron Logan confessed he had the right information, details, the ability. It happened on his property. His own girlfriend came forth and said, I know he did this. She said, that's his voice. That's his stature. He is an evil person. And they have this man in prison for it. You've got to be kidding me.
Let's find out what your wife's been telling the other detective and we'll go from there. Okay? I can bring her in here too. Let her tell you. Maybe she can convince you to tell the truth. Nothing else? Water good? You need anything else to drink?
Just over this.
I know. I want to get over it too. I have a job to do. I'm trying to figure shit out.
Get it.
Okay. We basically told her about the same evidence that we have that we told you about. And she's wants to talk to you. She's a little upset.
Probably terrified.
She is. So she's drinking her water and calming down a little bit. Like I told her, you mentioned it earlier, you're worried about what people are going to think and all this. I get that. But I don't think you're a bad person. Neither does she.
What kind of good person kills two people?
People make bad decisions all the time. I don't know what happened. For all
Ron died due to the pandemic, the bid. Yeah. Bonnie Bailey, good to see you, dear. Thank you for joining us today.
I know maybe they did something.
What makes two of us?
Well, you have some explaining to do, though. I don't think you can explain why, and other than you think I'm making it up. But good people make bad decisions all the time. Good people get backed into a corner all the time, and I don't know what they did. Maybe. I have a hard time believing they did something to. I don't think anybody could do something to deserve to be killed over, but if somebody gets angry and their medication isn't right or whatever, I'm on medication. If my medication isn't right, maybe I don't make the best decisions. People that are drinking and doing drugs.
Oh, yeah, they can. They absolutely can, Norma. They can do whatever they need to do to get that handled. They do it all the time. Many, many interrogations I've watched police lie during. They do it all the time, and they get away with it. So, yes, they definitely can.
I'm not saying you do, but when people drink and do drugs or the medication's off, maybe they make bad decisions. Good people do it all the time, but good people get out in front of it and tell the truth and try to help, put an end to it. It's over. And she believes that she doesn't think we're making any of this up. She thinks you're a good person. I think you're a good person. I just think something went wrong. I don't know why or what happened, but only one person can tell me, and that's you.
I can't tell you something that I don't know. I don't know how to make that any clearer.
You don't want to remember?
Oh my God, I didn't do anything.
It's a lot, JC, a whole lot.
I didn't murder two little girls. I didn't help somebody murder two little girls. I wasn't involved in, what'd you say, scheming or whatever. I wasn't involved with these two girls in any way, shape, or form. Never even seen them before.
Well, I'm gonna let her talk to you a little bit.
Okay.
You guys can try to sort this out. Let me know whatever I can do to help. If you need more water or anything.
Okay.
Need another smoke break. I just feel like you're. I don't know. I don't know what to think.
You.
Mm-hmm.
I said, you don't know what to think.
It's tough.
It's not tough, it's bullshit.
I don't think it is.
Okay.
If you had a valid explanation of all this, but you don't. That's what
I can't explain something I don't know.
All right. Well, we'll figure it out.
Hey, baby. Yeah. It's all right, babe. It's gonna be all right. They're trying to tell me that you actually believe that I did it. And I just can't believe that.
Trying to figure out where there's a bullet out there, dude.
I know. You think I'm not? And that's what I told them. But I can't explain something I don't understand. I tried to explain to them that there's no way that a bullet from my gun was at a murder scene because it didn't happen. I didn't even have my gun that day I went out. You know me. You know this isn't something I could do. And I know that you know that. You don't have to tell me that, I know. They really think I did this. And they want me to believe that I know you know I didn't do this. I guess that's what I'm saying. I don't know what they're trying to do here, but I'm not going to say something that's not true, and I can't explain something that I don't understand. The only way for me to explain it is that I don't know, because I'm saying it's not possible. There's no way that a bullet from my gun ended up at a murder scene. I didn't murder anybody. I didn't help somebody murder anybody. You know, I'm not going to sit here and try to convince you. I know you know me. I know you know that I didn't do this. Had anything to do with it. They talk about scheming or something.
Yeah, I don't. I don't know how did a bullet from your gun get out there?
I don't know.
Because they said it came from our gun.
I know that's what they believe me. That's what they're telling me.
But how did it get there?
I don't know.
And they said there was one in your box above your dresser that matched it.
They showed me that picture too. I can't explain it. And I don't.
I can't either. They keep asking me and I don't know how to answer that.
You
There's no
answer.
way for me to know.
I understand. Me either. And that's what I'm trying to tell them. You want to keep asking me and I just keep telling you I can't explain it. I don't know how to explain something that isn't possible.
Yeah.
But I know, this is what I do know. I know that no bullet from my gun was connected with a murder in any way, shape, or form. And there's no way a bullet from my gun would have been near Abby and Libby's murder or anything else, because I never even seen those girls. Period. And I didn't even have my gun that day. So that's what I'm trying to say. I don't know how to make that any clearer. I don't know how to make that any clearer. I don't know how to make somebody understand. I get what he's saying. I don't have a way to explain it.
And they're like, there's a witness that said it was you out there.
Dear, I don't
And
know.
I'm like, how did they know it was you? And so they said they showed her a picture. And I'm like, of course you were out there.
If they see me out there, they see me out there, dear. And I
But
told
were
them.
you on the bridge?
I told them I was on the bridge. I went out to the first trestle.
Oh, okay.
That first
I
thing.
don't remember you telling me that. He told me you weren't, so I told him you weren't on it. But I didn't.
It doesn't, hon, you're not in any trouble. You didn't do anything. I didn't do anything.
Right.
Huh?
I didn't know you were on it. I'm sorry.
Well, don't worry about it. Hon? Huh?
You told me you weren't, so I just was.
No, I told you that I walked.
Okay.
I love you, baby. I don't know what they're trying to do, but I know that that's not what I told you. And I love you. And it's just, they're not going to get away with this. This is exactly what I would never want for you. And there's nothing I can do about it. I'm not going to say I did something I didn't do. I'm not.
Yeah.
And I know you know me. And I know you know that I would never do this. All I can say, hon, is you know me. I know, and I know you know me, and I know you. And what they're doing to you right now, I'm not okay with this at all. And they know it, but they're going to do what they're going to do. I'm just sorry you're having to hurt. I'm sorry I'm having to go through it. I mean, it's like I told them, the damage is already done. You've already talked to people I work with, you talked to neighbors of mine, and I care about what people think. You know I care about what people think.
You know.
Hell, I have enough trouble not trying to believe that people think. Half the time I just think they think what I'm thinking. You know what I'm talking about. I'm always worried about what Jory thinks or.
I know.
And they're trying to, talk about my anxiety and depression and shit. And, I've tried to explain to them it's been going on for 7-8 years. Hell, I've had it my whole life. They want me to tell them that I did it. And I'm not going to. I'm not going to admit to something that I didn't do. How stupid is that? I don't care what they do to me. I'm not going to admit to doing something I had nothing to do with. And I'm not going to try to explain something I can't explain because I don't know. You tell me because I don't know. I just know that I never even carried the gun unless we were going mushroom hunting, tromping through the woods, or fishing along the river. That's the only time I even carried it for the most part. I never even would have, hell, I haven't carried my gun and I don't even remember a time when I used to carry it. I mean, other than going fishing, like if we were going night fishing.
This is a crime circus presentation.
But how did the bullet get up there, honey? I can't understand that.
I told you, I can't either, hon. There's two explanations. One is the bullet didn't come from my gun.
It did, though, honey. They got ballistics on it.
I get that. Then it didn't come from a murder scene. I don't know what else to say. I get that. I get what they're saying. What I'm telling you is, if that bullet came from my gun, there's no way it was found.
At this point, yes, Karen, she does.
For the murders. There's no way. I can't explain something I have no answer for. They want you to think that I done it. That's what this is all about. They want you to come in here and make me believe that you think I did it, and I know you don't. You know me too well. You know I'd never do something like this, or even be involved with something like this.
This is what they do because they are law enforcement, and people believe in law enforcement. That when they tell you things, we're programmed to believe in them and what the things that they tell us. Okay, so you would never think Eddie's in the house. Good to see you, buddy. You would never think, well, we would now, especially, but back, before we got involved in all this stuff and we saw the things we've seen and learned the things we've learned, you would never second guess a police officer. Okay. Especially coming to you and saying, here's ballistics, there's this, and we have that, and this, and that, and okay. They have ways of doing everything they need to do or want to do. Okay. He just made that statement right there. Like, how did it end up at the scene? Well, it either wasn't my bullet or it wasn't found at the scene. They put it there or something like that. You know what I mean? Right. They were telling her that he was admitting to it probably, and at the same time telling him that she's telling the truth. And this is what they do to each other. People, they pit them against each other. Yeah, we are absolutely programmed to believe in law enforcement, folks. And we don't expect them to lie to us. That's the thing. Well, till we learn what we've learned over the period of time that we've been dealing with true crime and stuff,
So they're probably going to come and take you away from me and go at me again. So... just tell them you want an attorney, and they'll have to let you leave. Don't worry about me. I'm trying to, I don't know what they're doing.
Yes, you do.
There is no way that evidence is going to show that I did
right
this.
Fucking here, Rick.
You got one piece of evidence that I can't explain.
Multiple. I'm not showing you my whole fucking hand here.
I don't care. I'm telling you I'm done talking.
And now you're going to drag your fucking wife and your daughter through this because you're too fucking bullheaded to get out in front of this and admit that you made a mistake. And whatever the fuck happened out there, we'll never fucking know because you're too big of a fucking bullheaded.
Now he's putting on a show for Rick's wife. This is cute.
Go ahead.
So tell you I did something.
Tell me
that
the
I
truth.
didn't do.
The truth, Rick. I don't want to know.
I told you the truth, and you don't want to hear it.
The evidence tells me otherwise. The evidence clearly indicates you're involved in this.
No, it doesn't.
It fucking does.
It doesn't. I'm telling you that there is no way that a bullet from my gun was used in these murders.
And I'm telling you that we had this fucking round on February the 14th, 2017. It's been secured in a fucking laboratory. And we've tested other guns.
I understand what you're saying.
I want her to hear this.
I understand what you're saying. What I'm telling you is I can't explain something I don't understand.
Oh, the scientists explained it for you. The lab analysts have explained that for you. They're saying that this round, without a doubt, came from your gun.
Then you've taken it from somewhere else then. Because it's not possible.
I did not take it from somewhere else. It was logged in. It was taken as a photograph. You think we fucking stole your fucking round and threw it down by a fucking dead girl's foot? This ain't fucking TV. This is realistic.
It does happen.
We collected that fucking item on February the 14th. We didn't take it from anywhere else but that fucking scene. And we didn't take your gun from anywhere else. house. We took it from your fucking house.
I'm telling you, I can't explain something.
And I'm telling you, the fucking analysts explain it. You can't get past this.
Can you please let my wife out?
Absolutely. Come on, Kathy.
I love you, baby. Can I kiss her?
Yeah, kiss her. Do the right thing, Kathy. Tell him to do the right thing.
She knows I will.
Yeah, do the right thing. You're going to put your family through this for no reason. What?
You're going to pay for what you've done to my wife.
What am I doing?
You want to fuck with me, but you leave my wife out of this. Leave me out of it.
No, you're involved in this. You're fucking rounds there, Rick.
No, it's
I can
not.
see you're getting pissed off. I understand.
I am pissed off. Did you not see my wife?
Did you not see these fucking two girls dead? No, that's what happened. You got fucking pissed off at them. You fucking dragged them down a fucking hill, and you fucking killed them. Don't fucking tell me you didn't.
I didn't kill anyone.
Fucking upset for a reason, not because
you guys are trying to kill somebody.
You're trying to tell me that I'm not making this fucking round shit up, Rick. It is what it is.
I'm done talking. Arrest me.
Happy to. Be fucking happy to, because I tried to fucking help you and you wouldn't fucking do it.
Oh, you're helping me.
Guilty, and I know it, and I'm gonna fucking prove it.
Okay.
And I'm not paying for any of this shit. You're paying. This is on you. This ain't on me. It's fucking on you, Rick. You had your fucking opportunity. Fuck. Fucking bully.
I want to watch that end part real quick again.
Put your family through this for no reason. What?
You're going to pay for what you've done to my wife.
What am I doing?
You want to fuck with me, but you leave my wife out of this. Leave me out of it.
No, you're involved in this. You're fucking rounds there, Rick.
No,
I can see you're getting pissed off. I understand.
I am pissed off. Did you not see my wife?
Did you not see these fucking two girls dead? No, that's what happened. You got fucking pissed off at them. You fucking dragged them down a fucking hill, and you fucking killed them. Don't fucking tell me you didn't.
I didn't kill anyone.
Don't fucking upset for a reason, not because
you guys are trying to kill somebody.
You're trying to tell me that I'm not making this fucking round shit up, Rick. It is what it is.
I'm done talking. Arrest me.
Happy to. Be fucking happy to, because I tried to fucking help you and you wouldn't fucking do it.
Oh, you're helping me.
Guilty, and I know it, and I'm gonna fucking prove it.
Okay.
And I'm not paying for any of this shit. You're paying. This is on you. This ain't on me. It's fucking on you, Rick. You had your fucking opportunity.
What a piece of shit. Good old lion ass Jerry Holman. Unbelievable. Right, exactly, Eddie. It really is insanity. Absolute. Okay, now I wanted to show. Where's it at here? Give me a minute here. One second. Hang on, you guys. One sec.
But first tonight, we are taking a closer look at perhaps the most crucial piece of evidence in the Delphi murders case. This video of the man on the bridge led to the conviction of Richard Allen. And now the public is seeing that video in its entirety for the very first time. Thanks for joining us first at 4. I'm Aaliyah Blackburn.
And I'm Rafael Sanchez. The video Libby German recorded shows her and her friend Abby Williams on their hike back on February the 13th of 2017. It also includes an image and audio from the killer that were previously released by Indiana State Police. But for the first time, we're now hearing
I agree with that, Eddie.
seconds, Aaliyah, of that video.
And Fox 59's Russ McQuaid was in court when it was played for the jury during that trial last fall. And today he watched and listened to an enhanced version of it. He joins us now in our studio with those new developments.
And good afternoon. You know, I watched that video along with the jurors in the Carroll County courtroom during Richard Allen's trial. And admittedly, there's only so much you can see and hear in open court that becomes more apparent to us now upon closer viewing. Of course, there will be different interpretations of what was said. This is about all that Indiana State Police have let us know for the last 8 years about the video of the man who killed Abby and Libby. But now, via social media and of uncertain origin, the entire 43 seconds of the Bridge Guy video of 2:13 p.m. on February 13th, 2017 has been released and open for interpretation.
Hi.
Carroll.
You can tell that is not his voice. Period. There's no two ways about it, guys.
County Sheriff Tony Liggett told jurors he heard Abby say to Libby, quote, "Is he right here? Don't leave me up here." And Libby answered, quote, "This is the path. That be a gun." During jury deliberations, jurors asked to specifically view that video in court one more time, as one juror told the Murder Sheet podcast.
We also watched the video, the Bridge Guy video, that was edited or remastered or whatever they did to where, you know, so it stays upright and whatnot. And then there was one that it was just the audio of the Bridge Guy video.
This juror said the vote on guilty or not guilty came after they watched the videos.
If it wasn't Richard Allen, then who could it have possibly been? There wasn't anyone else wearing those clothes. Our foreman couldn't believe it. He was like, "Are you serious? Unanimous?"
And in the jury room, the jurors said there was admiration for the two girls the prosecutors said were the heroes of this case. Libby German for having the presence of mind to shoot the Bridge Guy video, and Abby Williams for hiding the phone under her body, waiting for investigators to find.
When he said that, you know, she always wanted to help police solve crimes, that broke my heart. And that they both, you know, hid the phone, got the video, and if it wasn't for that, we wouldn't have found Richard Allen.
Is claiming to be the source of the released Bridge Guy video. Allen's appeals attorneys say the posting of the video has nothing to do with his appeal, which was filed yesterday. We've posted the video to our website so you can make up your own mind. Aaliyah?
I know exactly who I believe that is, but okay. Everybody has their own thoughts and feelings on it, I guess. Hang on here. Let me show you something, guys.
And welcome to a new video on the Delphi. Murder was made by a 43-second video taken on LG's phone, where the suspect follows the victims as they are walking on the Monon High Bridge Trail. Near the end of the video, the suspect speaks to the victims saying, quote, "down the hill." It sounds as though he is directing the victims to leave the trail they were on and enter the wooded area below. No person has come forward and identified himself as the person who met the victims and made the statement in LG's video. Therefore, it is believed that person in LG's video participated in the killings. Images of the suspect have been broadcast on the news media since February the 15th, 2017
sure
as a
hasn't.
person of interest. Section 3. LG and AW are presumed to have made contact with the unknown male at approximately 2:13 p.m. based upon analysis of LG's cell phone, which recorded the video. Section 4. On February the 14th, 2017, at approximately 12:17 p.m., victims LG and AW were found dead with wounds caused by a redacted weapon on the property owned by Ronald Logan. A large amount of blood was lost by the victims at the crime scene. Because of the nature of the victim's wounds, it is nearly certain the perpetrator of the crime would have gotten blood on his person or clothing. The location of the crime scene is approximately 1,400 feet from Logan's residence. Section 5. Logan is a 77-year-old male. Logan's physical build is consistent with that of the male suspect videoed by LG on the Monon High Bridge Trail. Logan owns farmland and cares for large farm animals.
I don't know if you guys caught that part. Let me play that back for you one more time.
7-year-old male. Logan's physical build is consistent with that of the male suspect videoed by LG on the Monon.
And Richard Allen's is definitely not.
On High Bridge Trail. Logan owns farmland and cares for large farm animals. Logan appears to be in good physical condition. Logan has been interviewed several times. His voice is not inconsistent with that of the person in the video. Point 6. It was also discovered that the redacted of one of the victims was missing from the crime scene, while the rest of their clothing was recovered. It also appeared the girls' bodies were moved and staged. Based upon my training and experience, it is common for perpetrators of this type of crime to take a souvenir or in some fashion memorialize the crime scene, whether by photos or electronic or digital methods.
Are you saying that Logan is Truth Seeker? Yeah, I think he is too.
That are then downloaded onto computers, storage devices, tablets, phones, iPad devices, or other electronic devices that store digital data for later viewing, scanning, or copying. Point 7. LG and AW had no visible signs of a struggle or fight. Point 8. During the processing of the crime scene, investigators located unknown fibers and unidentified hairs, which may later be used for comparison of similar fibers or hairs. Point 9. Logan owns numerous weapons, including handguns and knives, that were observed by LEOs during the execution of a search warrant that took place at his home on March 6, 2017. Logan's home was searched as a result of a probation violation. The search was limited to the discovery of firearms and included only his main residence. We now move on to Section 10, where there is some talk of Ron Logan's cousin, who we will refer to as Male 1. On February the 14th, 2017, at approximately 9:20 a.m., Logan contacted his cousin, Male 1. Logan asked Male 1 to tell the police that Male 1 came to Logan's home between 2 p.m. and 2:30 p.m. on February the 13th, 2017, to pick Logan up.
My problem is that he went from saying he would never hurt he would never say he hurt them. Wasn't long, and he was confessing no one was harming him. How do you know that though, Demon? It was stated by another inmate that he was being harmed while in prison. He was being threatened. He was being abused physically. He was being drugged. And I feel that those are coerced. If you listen to him make the confessions and listen to what he says, exactly how he says it, that's not a confession. That's somebody saying, I need to do this. Meaning I have to do this. And he says there's somebody listening. So he is still alive, because if he were to end up dead before being convicted and charged, it would have been a problem. So
Logan further told Mail 1 to say that Mail 1 drove Logan to an aquarium store in Lafayette, Indiana. Logan told Mail 1 to say that they returned home to Logan's house between 5 and 5:30 p.m. Point 11. On February 14, 2017, while requesting consent to search Logan's property, a law enforcement officer known as LEO advised Logan that LEOs would not search his home unless evidence led LEOs to Logan's house. In that meeting, Logan told the LEO that he did not think evidence would lead them to that, but said, quote, I don't know. Point 12. A receipt from Aquarium World in Lafayette, dated February 13, 2017, with a checkout time of 5:21 p.m, was found in Logan's home on March 6, 2017, during a probation violation search. Logan resides approximately 22 miles from the store. It would take approximately 30 minutes to get to the store from Logan's home. Point 13. On March 6, 2017, during an interview with a LEO, Logan said he was picked up by Mail 1 around 3 p.m. and taken straight to the aquarium store in Lafayette. In the March 6, 2017 interview, Logan said after he was done at the aquarium store, he was driven straight home. These statements were found to be factually false and intentionally designed to deceive LEOs. Point 14. On March 7, 2017, Mail 1 was interviewed by a LEO. Mail 1 told the LEO that he was with Logan on Monday, February 13, 2017, and that Mail 1 drove Logan to the aquarium store in Lafayette. On March 9, 2017, Mail 1 was interviewed by another LEO regarding the trip to the aquarium. Mail 1 told the LEO that he had lied when he was interviewed by the LEO on March 7, 2017 at Logan's request. Mail 1 explained that Logan had never asked Mail 1 to lie for him in the past. Mail 1 knows that Logan has driven his vehicle while on probation, is prohibited from doing so. Mail 1 also said that Logan did not ask him to lie for Logan when Logan drove to the transfer station earlier in the day. Point 15. On March 12, 2017, Mail 1 explained in an interview to an LEO that Logan called him on the morning of February 14, 2017, and asked him to provide the alibi for Logan's drive to the aquarium in Lafayette. This phone call was made prior to the LEO's discovery of LG and AW's deceased bodies. Based on investigators' experience, it is reasonable to believe that the creation of an alibi prior to the discovery of a crime indicates culpability or knowledge of the crime. Point 16. Mail 1 said he thought the photograph of the male that was released by the media of the man on the bridge looked like Logan. Point 17. LEOs learned that Logan had driven on February 13, 2017 to the transfer station in Delphi, Indiana to drop off trash. Video from the transfer station shows Logan driving his white Ford pickup truck between 11:27 a.m. and 11:32 a.m. The video from the transfer station appears to be off by 26 minutes, putting Logan at the transfer station from approximately 11:53 a.m. and 11:58 a.m. Point 18. Logan did not ask Mail 1 to provide an alibi for his drive to the transfer station on February 13, 2017. Logan only asked Mail 1 to provide an alibi for a trip that would have occurred at the time of the apparent abduction of LG and AW. We now move on to past relationships concerning Ron Logan. The redacted names during this section will be referred to as Female 1. Section 19. On March 8, 2017, Female 1 was interviewed by LEOs. Female 1 met Logan about 7 or 8 years ago. Female 1 was in a personal relationship with Logan for a couple of months and would stay with him in his home on the weekends. Female 1 left Logan after he became physically abusive. During her interview, Female 1 explained that Logan continued to stalk and harass her after their breakup. During their relationship, Logan had dragged Female 1 out of her car by her hair. Female 1 still fears Logan. Female 1 has not had contact with Logan in approximately 2 years. Female 1 told interviewers that Logan had told her in the past that he could kill her and no one would find her body. Section 20. During her March 8, 2017 interview, Female 1 said that she knew Logan carried a gun everywhere he went. Female 1 knew that Logan would carry a gun in a fanny pack. Female 1 described Logan's fanny pack as one made out of a nicer material. Section 21. During her March 8, 2017 interview, Female 1 told LEOs when she first saw the photograph of the man on the bridge, she thought the police were looking for Logan because she thought the photograph was Logan. Female 1 did not initially realise that the photograph was that of the suspect. Section 22. A call placed using Logan's cell phone produced cell tower data that shows Logan's cell phone appears to be in or around his property on February 13, 2017 at 2:09 p.m. Although his exact location cannot be confirmed, the tower data shows that Logan's cell phone was in the Delphi area in the area of the Monon High Bridge Trail. Section 23. An analysis of Logan's cell phone data revealed a text message sent from his phone at 7:56 p.m. on February 13, 2017. Initial exam of this analysis indicates Logan's phone was likely outside of his residence and in the proximity of where LG and AW's bodies were located. Section 25. Logan met with LEOs on or about February 17, 2017, while they were on his property. Logan was physically able to get up and down the hill from his home to the crime scene. Section 26. On March 14, 2017, Logan's former housemate, Female 2, was interviewed. Female 2 resided with Logan from about September 2016 through December of 2016. Female 2 was in a sexual relationship with Logan on and off for approximately 3 years. During the interview with LEOs, Female 2 said that when she first learned that AW and LG were missing and then found dead near Logan's home, her initial thought was that Logan was involved. Female 2 said in her interview that she feared Logan and even previously told her baby's father if she ever ended up dead, Logan did it. Section 27. On March 14, 2017, Female 2 explained in her interview that Logan had been violent with her in the past. Female 2 explained that on July 4, 2016, while at Logan's home, Logan punched her in the face, knocking her down. Female 2 explained that she was drinking, but Logan was completely sober during the incident. Female 2 also explained that Logan was angry because she disrespected Logan while in Logan's home. Section 28. On February 13, 2017, LG's family began searching the area of the trail where LG and AW were initially dropped off beginning shortly after 3 p.m. LG's family and other community members joined the search shortly thereafter. Carroll County Sheriff's Office was notified at approximately 5:30 p.m. that LG and AW were missing. Once the search for LG and AW began, no one reported seeing any person matching the description of the male on the bridge. Section 29. The FBI has established a database for the collection and organisation of tips provided by the public in this case. A search of the database has revealed 15 tips in which citizens both known and anonymous attributed the crime to Logan for various reasons. Section 30. Based on the above aforementioned facts, Logan was in the area at the time the crime occurred and that he provided false information about his activities during the crime to law enforcement, has a prior propensity for violence, employed others to assist in deceiving law enforcement, and plotted an alibi for a crime that had not yet been discovered. Okay, so what are my own personal thoughts and analysis on this document? Now, having listened to the narration of this document on the Murder Sheet podcast, I guess my initial thoughts and feelings when listening to this was, it does sound quite damning in a lot of places, albeit the vast majority of the evidence at this point is, I guess, circumstantial. The vibe I got was not a particularly good one. The first thing that came into my mind was, why is this man trying to obtain an alibi before the girls' bodies were discovered? Now, when looking into a case or a situation, I try and look at as many different perspectives as possible in the hope of offering a balanced viewpoint. So having such a strong feeling early on about this statement, about this sort of uneasiness regarding this desire to obtain an alibi, I decided to step back for one moment and actually put myself in the position of Ron Logan for one moment. Now, bearing in mind he's got this probation situation hanging over his head. He's been to the fish shop. He's been to the tropical fish shop that day. What I believe may have happened here is that at some point in time during the afternoon of February the 13th, the search party has been arranged. There's people there looking for the girls. Someone has spoken to Ron Logan. And they've given him, I guess, a kind of a background of what has taken place. You know, the girls were supposed to be picked up at 3:00. They haven't turned up. In his mind, he's going to be thinking, right, okay, the police are going to be coming to me. You know, this is right near my property. They're going to be asking, where was I from 3:00? What am I going to say? I can't exactly say, well, bloody hell, I was driving my car. You know, I can't say that. What am I going to do? I certainly don't believe it's beyond the realms of possibility that someone approached Ron Logan and gave him, I guess, you know, a background as to what's taken place. The girls are supposed to be picked up just after 3:00. They haven't showed up. Have you seen them? Could we check your land? He's going to be thinking, actually, I wasn't with anybody. I was driving my car. This could get me sent to prison. What am I going to do? Now, what also, I guess, lends a little bit more credibility to that, at least in my mind, is the fact that he hasn't tried to obtain an alibi that evening. Now, if you were involved in a murder, if you were, you know, a party to a murder or you committed murder, would you not be trying to arrange an alibi that very same day? Why would you wait until 9 a.m. the next morning before calling your cousin to try and, I guess, hash together some kind of alibi? Now, I'm not entirely sure when the search resumed on the 14th of February looking for the girls, but one would have to assume that this was pre-9 a.m. in the morning. So could it have been that Ron Logan has woken up in the morning the next day, there's people still searching, or the search has now resumed. He's actually thinking in his own mind, well, Christ, this isn't just a case that two girls have gone missing. They're going to be, they're going to turn up, safe and sound. This could be a little bit more serious. The police are surely going to be knocking on my door at any moment. Is that what provoked him to, I guess, arrange that alibi just after 9 a.m. in the morning? I would imagine that the search resumed once daylight hit, maybe 7, 8.
Let's not forget that this man in jail admitted to this too. So there's that too, guys, just so you know.
8 o'clock in the morning, but I can't really find any data as to what time, as I say, the search resumed on the 14th of February. But to me, that's how I could see it playing out in terms of Logan panicking regarding the police coming over and asking for him to account for his whereabouts. Now, some people will say, rightly or wrongly so, why did he not arrange an alibi for the entirety of the day? Why only after 3 p.m? Why is that so important? Well, I guess that then links back to what we've just spoken about there, the fact that Logan may have heard some news that the girls were supposed to be picked up at 3 o'clock. He's thinking in his mind the police are going to come over. They're going to ask me where I was from 3 o'clock onwards, or maybe 2:30. Maybe in his mind that...
Yeah, the bullet was not a bullet casing, guys, so everybody understands. It was a live, unspent, never fired bullet until it was fired through a gun to prove that the bullshit. Anyway, it was never spent, never shot at anything. It never traveled the barrel of a gun. It was put into the magazine, racked into the chamber, and then unracked from the chamber and found on the ground, supposedly, based on what they said.
was the critical time period which the police would be interested in. They wouldn't be so interested what he was doing during the daytime. They'd be solely focused on his whereabouts. Did he see anything, most importantly, between the hours of 3 p.m. and, say, 5 o'clock? Now, regarding the trip to the tropical fish shop in Lafayette, I would actually say that that event did take place. They found a receipt at Ron Logan's home dated February the 13th, 2017, with a checkout time of 5:21 p.m. But what isn't mentioned in the document here is, did law enforcement go to this shop? Did they check with the staff there? Did they check CCTV? Interestingly, that's not actually mentioned in the document. So this could simply be an individual who is incredibly fearful of breaking his probation, being sent to jail. He shouldn't be driving a car. How's he going to explain this? He knows the police can be knocking at the door. He knows the girl should have been picked up at 3 o'clock. What's he going to say? Where is he going to say he was? Who can back up his story? That is a distinct possibility. But where things get a little bit more suspicious, at least in my mind, is when we take a look at the phone usage concerning Ron Logan on the day of the murders. Now, there's a Snapchat photo uploaded by the girls at around 2:05 and 2:07 p.m. on the day of their disappearance. So they're on the bridge, they're walking across the bridge, there's a photograph of Abby which is taken, and I believe that one is uploaded at around 2:07 p.m. Now, is it a coincidence that Ron Logan then makes a phone call just a couple of minutes later at 2:09 p.m? There's no discussion here in this document about who this call was to, what the telephone call entailed, what the telephone call was about. Is it just a pure coincidence here that these girls are spotted on the bridge? Ron Logan is using his phone, according to the document, in his residence or around his residence at that time period, 2:09 p.m. A little bit strange. Now, where this gets even more bizarre is the fact that 4 minutes after this telephone call is made by Ron Logan, we have the guy on the bridge approaching the girls, the video which was snapped on Liberty German's smartphone. Is that just a pure coincidence that 4 minutes after this telephone call from Ron Logan, the man is basically halfway or 3/4 of the way across the bridge approaching the girls? What I also find interesting is that in the photographs taken by the girls, this man does not appear anywhere. As I say, these photographs were taken around 2:00.
Yes, Tomboy. Rick Allen is 5'4". He's shorter than I am. He's a little dude. Bridge guy is between 5'8" and 6 foot, and it was averaged to be about 5'10". You can look at him and see. Nope. Rick Allen is a little bit more stockier. Short, stocky, kind of pudgy with a gut. That is nothing at all what we're seeing right here, folks. Nothing at all.
2:05 to 2:07 p.m. Yet at 2:13 p.m, this guy approaching the girls is basically halfway or 3/4 of the way across the bridge, ready to approach. One thing that I will say regarding the Delphi murders is that the more and more that I look into this case, the more and more transcripts I read, the more and more I take a look at the crime scene and how this crime was committed, potentially, the more and more convinced I am that there's at least one person involved here. Even if you believe that Ron Logan is the man on the bridge, Ron Logan is the man who takes the girls across the creek, do you really believe that Ron Logan could kill those girls in such a fashion where they are basically left without defensive injury, without defensive wounds, no sign of fight, no sign of...
There, also, so you understand, I do believe that there was more than one person involved. And just so you guys know, Indiana State Police said they believe there was more than one person involved in this. Not just one perpetrator, okay? That's how this could have been done that way. Not to mention somebody holding a gun to keep somebody from running.
Fleeing the scene or attempting to flee the scene. I just don't see that as possible. We're talking about a 70-year-old man here. Does that mean he's completely innocent, that he doesn't have any involvement at all in this crime? Of course it doesn't. And as I say, I'm actually quite torn in terms of what I'm reading here. Another aspect of this crime, which I've always struggled with, is the fact that we don't actually have anybody who's come forward and said, I saw a man walking along the trail, walking away from the trail, he was covered in blood, or he was soaking wet, etc., etc. Now, I can't really explain that. Now, some people have said, well, he had a shave, or he changed his clothes. Again, not really buying into that particular idea. For me, the idea of shaving yourself, I don't really see anyone thinking that up and actually considering it as a good idea. So why do we have a lack of eyewitnesses who have come forward describing what you would expect to see on, during broad daylight on that trail, someone exiting the crime scene? I mean, how could someone commit that crime unless they know that they can get to somewhere safe to clean up, to change their clothes potentially? It does sound a little bit strange, the fact that these girls are found on Ron Logan's property. There's not an eyewitness account of, as I say, someone covered in blood, someone drenched, someone, with wet trousers or blood all over them. And we have to ask ourselves, why is that? It's also mentioned there in that document that they believe that the girls' bodies were moved and staged. And that is, as it's written there, moved and staged. Combine that with the text message concerning Ron Logan at around 10 p.m. that night, which they believe was in the vicinity of where the girls were discovered. Does that tie into the potential of the bodies having been moved at some point? I guess for me, what counts against that being a possibility is the amount of blood found at the crime scene. The way that the FBI agent speaks in that document tells me that a lot of blood was found at the crime scene. So you can't really suggest that they've been moved elsewhere, then brought back again, and all of a sudden
Welcome,
this
Lisa.
blood has somehow reappeared. To me, the impression I get is, a very sort of gruesome crime scene, and they've been killed where they've been found, if that makes sense. They may have been moved slightly, maybe moved away from the bank edge a little bit and staged or placed into position. But that's certainly the impression that I get when reading that statement there. One final point to make before we close today's video is the usage of the word participated in the killings when referring to the man on the bridge. Now, as I discussed earlier in this video, I'm certainly of the belief that there's at least one individual concerned with this case, probably some sort of ring. That's my own, as I say, personal thoughts and feelings on that. But the usage of the word there, participated in the killings, as I say, gives me the impression that they're looking for more than one person. Surely, if they believe it was just the man on the bridge, just one individual concerned in these murders, they'd have used sort of terminology like responsible for the killings. But as I say, the usage of the word there, participated in the killings, tells me personally it's something different. Many thanks for joining me for today's video.
Okay, so there was that, which I think is pretty important too, because there's too many red flags. Okay, there's how many red flags do we have that are directed at Ron Logan? How many red flags do we have that are directed at Richard Allen? Okay, 0 in my opinion, 0. They found what they claimed to be his bullet. Okay, that went through his gun per se. No, you don't know that it was his ammunition. There's just claiming that it went through his bullet based on ballistics. Well, I don't trust all this because the expert had to literally fire the weapon and run the bullet through the chamber out of the gun to prove that those ballistics were true. That tells me that it was bullshit right there at that point. It should have been disqualified. Okay. Now, also, after everything you just saw, I've played Ron Logan's voice multiple times. I've also played the Bridge Guy video multiple times. They sound identical to me, okay? Hold on. Right, and after that, then the expert said they didn't quite match, but it was close enough. There is no close enough in this case, folks, because this is what happens. Okay. Next up. This is very important as far as I'm concerned. And it's kind of interesting. Kind of interesting how Tricky Nick ignored this. Yeah, I feel on purpose too. So
And turning now to new information in the Delphi murders case tonight, a man at the center of the latest legal filings says the wrong man was convicted of killing Abby Williams and Libby German in 2017. In 2017, Ron Logan, the man who owned the property where the girls' bodies were found, apparently gave a step-by-step confession about how he killed Abby and Libby near the Monon High Bridge. Tonight, Fox 59's Max Lewis has more from a handwritten letter he received.
you know what? Watching Ron Logan walk even looks to me like the bridge guy walk as well. So
From the inmate who Logan supposedly confessed to, and he also explains why that letter is now raising some important legal questions.
The confession apparently took place inside the Newcastle Correctional Facility where Logan was serving his sentence for a probation violation. It's there that he got to talking with another inmate in his cell block, Ricky Davis. In a letter signed by Davis in June 2017, he recounted a detailed step-by-step confession that Logan made to the murders. Over the weekend, we received a handwritten letter from Davis, leveling accusations of corruption against prosecutor Nicholas McClellan. In the letter to us, Davis wrote, quote, "I was told by Ron Logan in advance that Nicholas McClellan told a couple family members of Logan's and Ron Logan himself, quote, if I am elected, I will let Ron out. I don't believe he committed that crime." Davis also told us that he wrote to prosecutor McClellan on at least 7 occasions to inform him of Logan's supposed confession, but he says his efforts were ignored. However, Richard Allen's defense team says this is the first time they're hearing of those letters.
If it was one letter, maybe you could say it got lost in the mail. 7, 8, unlikely that all of them got lost in the mail.
The defense team filed a motion late Friday asking the judge to force the prosecutor to turn over those letters, as well as a videotaped interview.
Logan confessed in 2017, JC. Okay, so there's that.
Davis apparently did with police about the confession. Attorney John Tompkins is not involved in the case and says the fact that those items weren't turned over initially is a problem.
There are just a myriad of ways that this can lead to issues and problems that ultimately question the reliability of the conviction, whether they got the right person.
Questions have been raised about Davis's credibility, which Tompkins says is fair. But Davis told us, quote, "I'm not asking to be believed. I'm asking for people to ask questions, follow the evidence, and let them poor victims have justice."
But ultimately, I think it warrants a hearing to clear the air because the courts deserve to know, and the public deserves to know, and the families of both sides deserve to know.
Davis closed his letter to us with this message, quote, "Pray for them girls and families, free the innocent, seek the guilty, and stand for true justice for all, good and bad." Max Lewis, Fox 59 News.
Max.
Growing questions about a supposed prison confession to the Delphi murders. It's a story we've been covering for you for years. This new story, though, it's the alleged confession that was made by Ron Logan, who owned the property where Abby Williams and Libby German's bodies were found back in 2017. CBS 4's Max Lewis got a handwritten letter from the inmate who Logan supposedly confessed to. He explains why it's now raising some important legal questions.
The confession apparently took place inside the Newcastle Correctional Facility where Logan was serving his sentence for a probation violation. It's there that he got to talking with another inmate in his cell block, Ricky Davis. In a letter signed by Davis in June 2017, he recounted a detailed step.
Sorry, guys, it played the same link again. My apologies. Hold on. One moment. One moment. Oh, yeah. There's a little bit more, you guys, and we'll probably move on. I'm just trying to show you guys why I think the way I think. Okay, what I've seen, I've tore this apart, top to bottom, you guys, completely top to bottom, and I can't get past this at this point. I definitely do not see Richard Allen, but I do see somebody that no longer can be prosecuted for this, and that's sad to me.
Is the ex of another character in this. Ron Logan's girlfriend is another character in this. Ron Logan is another character in this. Ron is the owner of the property where Abigail Williams and Liberty German's bodies were found. And initially he was looked at kind of. And when I say kind of, it's kind of like when you ask your kids to do the dishes and they kind of do them. You're like, there's all this stuff, like you didn't really like. That's how I feel like that kind of went. The fact that they didn't look deeper into this guy with the amount of stuff that is on him that we're about to listen to and hear about, and some things that are just plain factual that were completely excluded from the case. Going to open up your eyes. And one of the big things to me that we're going to hear is the voice comparison of Bridge Guy to Ron Logan. Something we haven't done yet. And it's startling to hear that. And watching him and watching a little bit of Bridge Guy, same sort of walk, same sort of gait, same sort of size. Even, from what you can tell, the blurriness of the picture, I would guess it was Ron Logan any day over Richard Allen.
Tony, forgive me for interrupting, but I need to ask this before we watch any video here. Why haven't we had a gait expert, somebody who looks at the way somebody walks?
Good question.
Take a look at this, because we have used gait experts, and even maybe Robin Dreek or Jennifer Coffindaffer would be able to expound on this a little bit. You can tell, like, if they've got footage of somebody like a bomber, walking away from the scene after they've dropped a bomb, and then they get a suspect. I mean, we saw that with the guy in Vegas, Robert Tellis.
Yes. Well, I don't have a sure answer for you other than they didn't spend money on it.
Well, because they had their quote unquote killer.
Yes.
They had the guy they wanted.
For example, Kohberger case, Brian Kohberger is getting hundreds and thousands of dollars of taxpayer money to defend himself for these very expensive experts to come in and testify on his behalf. And they've blown a lot of it with experts that really aren't experts in some of the hearings already. But in this case, the judge didn't give him shit. So she tried to fire his attorneys. And then when they came back on, they had to do it pro bono because the court said, we're not going to give you any money. That's not railroading at all. Like, let's not remotely give this guy a chance at a defense. And then let's not let him defend himself in any way, shape, or form with all these other pieces of evidence and other confessions and other people who are actually there or who have, I would say at the least, there'd be some probable cause to look into some of these folks. But that didn't happen because they thought they had their guy, or did they? We're going to take a look at some of the clips from Ashley's interview the other night on News Nation on Banfield. This is an initial piece of the conversation. Ashley's asking, why are you coming forward now? What kind of made you think initially after you found out that these girls were murdered and their bodies were found on his property? What made you raise an eyebrow and want to say something? Let's take a look at that.
I know his property. It's just, I'm just going with my gut feelings, just the kind of person he is, He manipulated a lot of people. He manipulated my family and It was hard to get away from him.
Now, being a manipulator and a shitty boyfriend, and we're going to find out soon, abuser, spoiler alert there, doesn't necessarily make one a killer.
No.
You may, kind of, you start filling the tubes and like, okay, well.
Okay, so I just wanted to show you a bit of that, and I'm going to show you one more thing, and we'll move on. I am dead set on what my thoughts are now. Based on just a few little things, that's all it took. And I'm not law enforcement. At all. And I figured it out. So I'm telling you, that's what I do believe. And I could be wrong, but this is how I feel, is what I'm saying.
Remember him from the Inside Addiction.
Liberty German shot this chilling image of the killer approaching the girls on a hiking trail, and she recorded the killer's voice.
What do you hear on there?
Nothing that I recognize at all. No one.
You can hear it right there as he's asking him that. That's him. That's his voice.
I don't recognize the voice at all.
Wow. That's your voice. And I heard that voice down the hill. Thousands of times. It's Ron Logan saying, down the hill. And I called the tip line.
Joining me now, News Nation senior national correspondent Brian Enton. So Connie Dillman seems so confident about this. Like, what else makes her think that it's her ex-boyfriend who's the killer?
Yeah, this was a big moment tonight, actually. We've never heard from Connie Dillman before. This is all brand new. So this is something we've never heard before. And let's also not forget in all this that Ron Logan is dead, by the way, for people who are following along. He died of COVID. But she basically...
That is why Connie, it took her so long to come out. She was that scared of him that she waited until she knew he was dead, and then she came forth and put this out. That's sad, okay?
Basically says that he is a bad man, that he is a violent man, that she thinks that he did it, that he was violent with her in the past. And as you heard in that clip, that when she heard that voice, she thought right away that it was Ron Logan. Listen to a little more of what she said for the first time tonight about what kind of man this is.
Ron's property was right next to Monon High Bridge. He had some pasture, he had some goats and the horses. I moved in with him for a while, and it didn't really work out very well. He was controlling with me. Had to keep the house tidy and couldn't lay down on the couch. It just had to be the way he wanted it. But he wanted me there. It goes a little bit further than me in his life. I've pretty much a sex tool. Can we stop? Can we?
Yeah, we can stop.
Okay.
Yeah.
I don't know where that came from. Oh, God. When I didn't want to have sex, he forced it on me. And I was helpless. I couldn't help myself. And when I did get away, he would always draw me back. One day, he had been working on putting a new door on the basement cellar, and I said I wanted to break it off with him. And out of the blue, he hit me over the head with the crescent wrench. And I remember taking off, running to my vehicle, and I remember falling to the ground. and I was afraid he was going to hit me again. So I was able to get on my hands and knees and I crawled away. I got to my vehicle and I was able to leave, and then I felt the blood running down my face. I barely remember the drive to the doctor's office, which is only a few miles to Delphi, and had 7 staples put in my head. But I actually went to my sister's after that. I'm lucky I got out of that situation, but it took a long time.
It really is stunning to hear her tell that story for the first time. She's obviously very, very emotional. And again, she feels confident, Connie does, that the wrong guy may be locked up, which is pretty startling to think about.
Not only that, but Ron Logan had kind of a weird alibi. And from what I remember 7 years ago, it didn't really check out.
So weird. So he claimed to police that he was going to a town outside of Delphi to buy tropical fish, and that he was with his cousin. But we later come to find out that when they looked into this, they talked to the cousin. The cousin didn't back that up. They were never able to clear that alibi, to figure out if it was true or not. And even to this day, it seems like he lied about where he went.
Pretty specific when you're mentioning tropical fish, and easy to track that. But this is a small community, and they're not used to having double homicides, especially with kids. So, I mean, I've seen it happen. All right. So, what about the property? Like, they did look at his property. They actually did investigate, but I feel like it might have been a long lag.
They did, but it was a month after the murders. So think about it. A month has gone by. There's so much that could have been done out there at that property in that time. A month.
Month is a long time for anything.
Right.
I mean, even the weather can take.
I mean, there were a lot of mistakes with this investigation, a lot of issues, and this just seems like it was another one.
But thank you for watching. Go to newsnationnow.com to find News Nation on your television provider. And don't forget to click the red subscribe button below to get more of News Nation's fact-driven, unbiased coverage.
Like I said, yeah, I'm going to give you this interview with him real fast, too. I can't get past him being the one responsible for this. I'll go back and check for you.
This is a small town up there in Carroll County, and still distraught over the loss of 2 of their own.
In fact, Eyewitness News reporter Emily Longnecker tonight continues our team coverage in Delphi with how people there continue to cope with the loss of Abby and Libby. Emily?
John and Andrea, people here in Delphi are cautious tonight about saying too much of anything. Many of them knew these 2 young girls and they know their families, and they are just finding it still very difficult to talk about what happened. On the outskirts of town, though, where police found the 2 teens' bodies, people are talking, sharing their disbelief and anger. Against the beauty of the sunshine and bright blue skies Wednesday, it was still hard for Ron Logan to believe the violence visited upon 2 young teens just out for a hike on a day off from school.
Who would have thought they'd let their children out to do something special that day, take a trip down, and then turn out with a disaster like this?
For 53 years, Logan's lived on the country road near the trail that leads to the Monon High Bridge.
People walk up and down it with their children, and it's quite a nice little trail, and the bridge is real.
Never, though, has Logan seen anything like what he has this week, the search for an eventual discovery of the bodies of Libby German and Abby Williams.
The area that they were in is very hard to get to. I mean, you can't get there unless you walk there. I mean, so somebody would be walking with them or something.
Those are the same kind of thoughts Marvin Sandifer keeps mulling over. His daughter used to hike the same trail.
She said, I've seen a couple scruffy-looking guys back in there, but, they never bothered me. They went on their way.
Sandifer is anxious for investigators to identify a suspect.
I'm not really scared. I'm just worried that it would happen again.
That's why he hopes someone knows or saw something on that trail Monday and can lead investigators down the right path soon.
I hope they catch him tonight, and I hope they make him pay.
And with the release tonight of the picture of that unknown man seen walking on the trail Monday afternoon, people here are hoping investigators are that much closer to discovering who is responsible for taking these 2 young lives. John, Andrea.
All right. Thank you. Emily Longnecker in Delphi tonight.
I'm concerned he's the one. In my opinion. In my opinion. I don't know your guys' thoughts on it. And either way, whatever it is, I respect it. So Miss Val, good to see you. So, all right. Let's see here. Where are we at? Yeah. As you guys know, I've been trying to throw in some positive segments because of all the negative stuff we look at. Well, here's just one of a few I'm going to show you.
Extraordinary heroism from a massive snowstorm that slammed Buffalo, New York a year ago on Christmas Eve. A woman noticed a man struggling in the blizzard outside her window and brought the stranger to safety inside. That was just the beginning. Our lead national correspondent, David Begnaud, traveled to Buffalo to meet the woman and learned how her life-saving acts of kindness created lasting connections.
This is the first time that Yvonne White is going to see the home where her brother was treated like family.
Hi, how are you?
By a woman who rescued him.
Put it in perspective. You saved his life. You saved another human being's life.
During the blizzard of December 2022 in Buffalo, New York, Shakira Autry took action when a lot of other people would have been a lot less willing.
What you did was just beautiful. Just beautiful.
I just did.
Yeah, but you know, he made him comfortable.
Yes.
He felt the love.
He was at my door banging. When I woke up, I heard, help, help.
It was Christmas Eve a year ago. Shakira looked out her window and saw that man struggling in the snow.
He keeps screaming, help. I don't know what to do. I feel so terrible.
It was 4 degrees outside.
He can't even walk. Like the wind is so bad.
The wind was gusting 53 miles per hour. He had no gloves on, looked lost, and in pain. Shakira and her boyfriend, Trent Alls Jr., took him in. 65-year-old Joey White has the mental capacity of a 10-year-old child, according to his sister. He lived in this group home at the time. It's just a few blocks away from Shakira's home. That morning, Joey left home, headed for a movie theater where he had worked as a custodian for more than 40 years. It's unclear how long he had lingered in the cold.
He was so frozen. His clothing was completely froze.
What were his fingers like?
They were it was balled up with the bag in his hand. I told him, I walked him through. I said, I have to cut the bag because the bag was froze. He had literally ice balls around his hand.
After bandaging his severely frostbitten hands, Shakira called 911 again and again, but the weather conditions made it impossible for first responders to reach them.
I was waiting for the National Guards, and I still was waiting for 911, paramedics, fire. I was waiting for anybody, and nobody ever came.
As the hours passed, the snow just kept piling up. So Joey spent Christmas with Shakira, Trent, and their kids. She did his laundry, fed him, even played movies for him.
We got to get some help.
All the while, his hands were literally changing color, and the pain was becoming unbearable.
I was thinking, if there's going to take them this long to come and get him, and he's alive, how long is it going to take him to come and get a dead body if he was to pass? I couldn't wrap my head around. I just couldn't do it. This young man's fingers is going to fall off.
On Christmas night, She turned to social media, panicking.
I had to use these to cut the ring off of his finger. I'm not no surgeon. I'm right here, Joe.
About 36 hours after their ordeal began,
I thank these men for helping Kiri.
2 Good Samaritans answered her plea.
Yeah, we all love you. We right here with you. You hear me? Because what you tell me, I'm your friend, right? We're friends, right? We're friends forever.
And drove them to the hospital.
When I got in the truck, he told me he was scared. And I said, I'm scared too. I'm scared too, Joey. And I said, you know, we got help. We're going to go. The doctors are going to take care of you. And then when he told me he loved me, I knew he really felt safe. This man could have died. 64 years old, could have died outside. I wasn't letting that happen on my watch, and he wasn't going to die in front of my kids.
What do you think the takeaway is?
I feel that especially nowadays, the way our country is, everything is just, you know, the weather is terrible. This is terrible. And then to see the compassion and the love with 2 strangers is just amazing. So you tell me where the connection is. It's here. It's not here.
Bingo.
It's clear.
We got him to the emergency room.
In the spirit of that first Christmas, more than 2,000 years ago, Shakira Autry made room in her home and in her heart for that stranger in need.
I'm right here.
When you think back on it all, what makes you emotional?
I knew he needed help. And I just kept thinking about, what if it was my family member? Christmas wasn't even about gifts, about my kids. It wasn't. It was literally him. Christmas was him. He was a very good Christmas gift. And now, for the rest of my life, I will remember him.
What would you say to people watching this who will encounter something down the road?
People should be kind, be loving.
We'll take a lesson from you. So thank you.
You're welcome.
I love that lady. So here is the update a year later. Joey White lost almost all of his fingers. There's really only a half a thumb left. Shakira says he's lost all of his independence because he doesn't have prosthetics yet. But the state assures us that Joey is going to get prosthetics this year. Now, as for Shakira, she visits him regularly. I mean, all the time. He called her recently and said, Shakira, I want some Chinese food. And so she brought it to him. She says Joey calls her all the time. They have a bond that is truly special. As for her, New York's governor honored her for her heroic actions. Her family was surprised with a trip to Disney. The NFL gave them tickets to the Super Bowl. And most recently, she bought a home. There was a lot of money donated to Shakira and her partner, Trent, after what they did for Joey White.
We always say this, David, and you highlight this in your story so well. Good things happen to people who do good things.
Well, and she wasn't looking for any of those
That's
accolades, right? She just did it out of the goodness of her heart.
Yeah, it's oftentimes, I mean, she was probably thinking safety, but safety for him and me and my family. Welcoming someone into your home is really special.
Yeah.
You never know. So
I'm sure they'll be friends for life now.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
So there's one amazing story to me. I love that. Absolutely love that. A moment here. Now, this next situation happened in Indiana. Since we've been in Indiana today, another interesting, really wild situation, but a happy ending.
From a house fire, he risked his life to pull a 6-year-old out of the burning home, and this morning the family is recounting what happened. TJ Holmes here with the story. Good morning, TJ.
Hey, good morning to you, George. And this guy, the hero you talk about here, he actually tells us he got into an argument with his girlfriend that night. Because of that argument, he got in the car to go take a drive to clear his head. And it's because of he was out driving aimlessly that he passed by this house. Now, that is one fortuitous fight with your girlfriend. But because of that set of circumstances, it all had to come together for the right guy to be in the right place at the right time. And because of that, a little 6-year-old girl might be alive because of it.
Are you Xavion? A rescue caught on camera.
Here, come with me, man. Come with me. after a two-story house became engulfed in flames in this neighborhood just outside of Indianapolis.
6-year-old female and a 22-year-old male possibly inside.
25-year-old Nick Bostic just happened to be driving by.
There's adrenaline. I hightailed my butt into the house, going through the around the side of it, through the back door, up the patio. Went to go downstairs, found Kaylani in the smoke, continued upstairs, collapsed at the top stairs, and then went to jump out the window.
You can see him collapse on the ground after handing off 6-year-old Kaylani Barrett to a police officer. And minutes later, making sure the young girl he just saved was okay.
Is the baby okay? We just dropped everything we were doing and took off running.
David and Tiara Barrett were on a date night when he got the call from his 18-year-old daughter, Sienna. The house was on fire, with all 4 of their kids and their friend inside. The family is speaking out together for the first time now.
I just saw like fire in the living room. I just ran upstairs like yelling, and then I went and grabbed my baby sister. We started running down the stairs, and that's when we saw Nick, and we just couldn't find Kaylani.
Bostic helped them out the door before searching desperately for Kaylani, who the family affectionately calls Baby K.
I took a deep breath and I ran down there and I grabbed Kaylani and I used my ears to help find her.
Bostic seen here in the hospital. He suffered smoke inhalation and first-degree burns.
I remember pulling up to the house and running up, and all Sienna kept saying is, I can't find Kaylani. And then they said she was in an ambulance, and then the officers told me about Nick and what he had done, and I started crying more. One of the most awful feelings to have that I wasn't there. Kaylani said, Daddy, I was looking for you.
Sienna Barrett, the eldest daughter, led most of her younger siblings and their family friend to safety.
She is a hero to me, and she's always been.
I don't think of myself as a hero at all. That's just something you would just do.
The cause of the fire is currently under investigation. The family lost almost everything.
On our wall in the living room, it was completely burnt down. The only thing that was left was love, and that's all I feel from everyone.
But the family says they did pick up a new family member.
God uses the most unlikely characters. He sent an angel.
Of course, the family pretty much lost everything, you all, in that fire, so they do have a lot of recovery to do there. But
there you go, guys. There's a couple feel-good situations. Let me see something here. So again, like I always say, oh yeah. A couple people threw this at me. He said to check this out real quick. Hold on. Holy shit. Wow, that's crazy. Hold on.
Trigger warning. Content may include sensitive or violent content not suitable for all viewers. Feel free to step out if needed.
What? What are you doing? Are you kidding me? Why is nobody else getting out of their cars? Oh my God, I've seen it all. He really got out and just took off. Oh, nobody runs over to her. Nobody. I mean, what the? I hope they caught him. Unbelievable, you guys. Unreal. I just can't. I can't. Wow. 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 Good God. What is wrong with people? Yeah, I mean, but nobody seemed like they were in a hurry to get to her. And that person that pulled over that was behind the Amazon van just sat there staring at it the whole time. She did it on purpose, my ass. Come on, you guys. Some of this shit is ridiculous. Wow. 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 Okay, so. "23 broken ribs." She's lucky she didn't die. She could have had brain trauma, everything. Yeah, I probably should have went to that one and then back the other way, but that's okay. We got more stuff to clear it up, folks. No worries at all. I promise you're leaving here with a smile on your face today.
Peyton, what's wrong?
I want to go to China.
You want to go to China?
Yes.
What are you going to do in China?
I want to go to China.
Do you want mac and cheese?
No.
Creamily?
No.
Okay, oatmeal?
No.
Peanut butter and honey?
No.
Peanut butter and banana?
No.
Peanut butter and jelly? What about cereal?
No.
What about candy?
Candy.
Oh, yeah, again, no.
What?
Just fruits, vegetables. Good fruit, good vegetables. Whole grain. AJ, you won't be a vegan?
I don't want to be a vegan.
Sorry, I missed Kaylin, do you want my phone?
Yep. Yeti! What's wrong? Mommy, these grumpy daddies.
Oh, they are? Let me see. Are they grumpy daddies?
Yeah.
Yeah.
See?
Can you show me? Yeah, these are grumpy daddies.
Yeah. Watch them.
Not even during the great shadow shortage.
5 minus 2 equals.
5 minus 2 is 3.
I have my answer.
So Alexa does homework now. That's cute.
Mom,
What?
put him down and away.
Who broke the motorcycle?
Me.
Who's me?
It's missing.
Macy. Mason, did you break it?
No.
Who broke it?
Aiden.
Mason, who broke it?
No, Aiden.
Aiden, you broke it?
No.
Who broke it?
Missing.
Mason. Oh no. We have a problem here.
Why did you have to sit in timeout today? Tell the truth. Nose is growing.
Oh, they're gonna really see this one. You better hurry up. Think of why. Tell the truth. I sat in timeout because the truth will set you free.
Okay.
All right, what happened?
I think I went in a different spot. Or maybe I tackled someone.
Katie? I'm not Katie. Mama. No, Mama. No, I'm Mama, not Katie. No.
I'm sorry, can you tell me what happened one more time, please?
I fell.
What happened?
I was sitting in the box.
And it fell over?
Yeah.
And now what happened? Are you you're
Wait, no, I'm not. Yes, I am. Just pull the box. Pull the box.
I see some marker on my wall. Who did it?
The mystery bandage.
Who?
The mystery bandage.
The mystery bandit?
Mystery bandit.
Yeah.
That's cute.
Look at me.
The mystery bandage.
So that's who did it, not you?
No.
Are we certain?
No.
Should I check the videotape?
No.
Why not?
Because I love you.
Ready?
That always works.
Brian, don't swing into her.
I can't believe it can fly. I can't believe it can fly. I can't believe it can fly.
Pity the poor fool that won't go to school. I pity. I pity the poor fool that won't go to school. I pity. I pity.
Tell me what you want to do.
I want to take my shirt off and put this on my boots.
You want to put the deodorant
On my boots.
on your boobs?
Yeah.
Oops.
What did I hit? There's a bug on the...
It's what?
There's a bug on my baby!
Stop taking pictures of me. You're taking it. I can't, alright?
Push, Davis.
I'm trying, alright? I seriously can't, alright?
Do it.
I can't.
I can't help you. I can't get you out of the tree.
I'm gonna be stuck here forever.
Drew, help him out. Help him push his. Drew, push his foot up. Push his foot up.
Ow, ow, it hurts, it hurts.
You're gonna have to. It's gonna hurt. Davis, go.
Oh, I see. He's not just stuck. My leg is actually stuck.
Well, he's gonna have to push.
Yeah. Why do you have to be so fast?
Drew.
Put a book around Daddy.
Cause
That's why.
I wanted to. I didn't want to put it on my pants.
So what did you do with it?
It's on his butt.
What's the matter, honey?
I'm crying because Abraham Lincoln died.
That's why you're crying?
Yeah.
I thought you were crying because you're in timeout. Which one?
What?
Are you crying because you're in timeout?
No.
Oh, okay. Why are you crying?
Because Abraham Lincoln died.
Are your tonsils taken out?
Yes. But I want them back.
You want them back? Why?
Yes.
Because why? You get to have bagels still. Look.
My tonsils back.
So did you sleep pretty good last night?
Uh-huh.
Did you dream about anything?
No. I have to get my deep sleep for that. I didn't go in my deep sleep.
You didn't go in your deep sleep?
Uh-huh.
Why not?
Daddy took the covers off of me. And I said, "Ooh, why does Daddy gotta take my covers?"
You did?
Uh-huh. Well, one night, y'all took the cover off of me a little bit. Then I put it back. Then I took it off of y'all. Because you took it off of me. And I took it back off of y'all.
That's not too nice.
Well, sometimes a kids have to do what a kid has to do. That's all.
If you don't eat this gum, you'll get another one, okay? Right here. I'll be right back. I have to grab something quick, okay? Don't eat it.
Oh my God, she is beyond adorable. Look at her.
I can't do that. Done, Piper, done.
Getting in, what's wrong?
I just want to build a mini force field, but you won't let me because it's electricity. It has metal.
You want to build a mini force field?
Yeah.
In the house?
Yeah.
What's out there?
A tomato.
What does a tomato do?
It's bad. It can see us.
Oh, really?
Yes.
What do you want to eat?
Broccoli.
You want pizza or broccoli? Pizza.
Broccoli.
Okay, you want chocolate cake or broccoli?
Broccoli.
What is wrong with you? What kind of kid are you?
Broccoli.
Whose son is this?
Say I.
I.
Say love.
Oh.
Say you.
Me.
No. Say I.
I.
Say love.
Oh.
Say you.
Me.
No. Say I.
I.
Say love.
No.
Say you.
Me.
No.
No, Finn. No. There.
A bad time?
No.
Did you have a good time?
No.
Did you have a bad time?
No.
Did you have a good time?
No.
Did you have a bad time?
No.
Are you happy?
No.
Are you mad?
No.
You sure?
No.
What are you gonna order to drink in, Carden?
Hey, we're not elves, they're kids.
If you don't eat this gum, you'll get another one.
1 second. We're about done for the day, y'all. And I'll pull the poll.
Into my mom.
Where did you go?
Into your bathroom.
What did you do?
I didn't comb my hair.
You brushed your hair?
Yeah.
Did you do anything else?
Oh.
Did you touch some of Mommy's stuff that you weren't supposed to? Like around here?
No, back here.
Around your eyes?
No, back here. What am I supposed to say? Mommy, my present.
I did get Mommy a present.
Dad.
God bless, Bonnie. We love you and hope to see you tonight. Have a great rest of your afternoon until we see you. Get some rest.
Present.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Cheese.
Cheese. Got it.
Bill, what the heck, man?
What are you doing?
What are you doing?
Come on.
Of course, when you get sent to the corner, you get one phone call. You guys know how that goes. Come on.
Zachary, you're in timeout.
I have my call. Hi, Auntie Kimmer. I hope you're really comfortable with the baby, and you are very well. And I hope the baby comes soon. And you're really excited, and also I hope the baby comes out of your private. Thank you.
Say smart.
Fart.
No, say smart.
Fart.
You sound like Dominic. Say smart.
Fart.
Blood. It's just you got pricked. It's just to check your iron and blood sugar.
Is that it? Are we done with that?
Yeah.
Now what?
Nothing. They just need to do the rest of the physical.
So why do I have
It's just a tiny nightgown.
this on me? It's not. See, there's nothing for my butt. It's covered. Oh, why do I have this on?
Because they need to check you.
Are we done with that or not?
You're not going to get pricked again now.
Are we done with that? Are they taking what I just did? What are they doing? I'm so scared.
Don't be scared.
No.
Why are you freaking out? Calm down. Take a drink of mommy's pop.
I'm so scared. I'm freaking out. I just can't. I can't do this again. I'm never, ever going to come back to this school.
This is not a school. Feel better?
I mean, what we're in.
The doctor's office?
Boy, she's
I
thirsty.
cannot stand it. I cannot know why they break my finger. And the blood.
It's fine now.
It hurts.
It can't still hurt. It was just a tiny prick. It's already healed.
No, it isn't. How would I know?
You're fine. Why don't you get up there in that hospital bed?
No. Why?
Because they need to check you.
I can't.
It's just a bed. It's just something you lay on. It's nothing big.
I'm never coming back to kindergarten. I don't even want to go to kindergarten.
Okay, where'd you get this eggie?
Ooh.
Did you get it out of the fridge?
Yeah.
You did, and you want to eat it?
Sure.
But it's not cooked up.
It's nice and cool. It's nice and cool.
It is nice and cold, baby, but it's not cooked. We gotta cook it because it's not cooked up. It's cold, but it's not cooked.
It's cool.
It's cold.
It's good. It's cut up.
You want to cut it up?
Yeah.
Okay.
What to do?
You want to cut it up and eat it?
Sure.
Okay, watch. Watch Mommy's eggie, okay?
Okay. I'm saying fibber and you're saying right, then just flip them over and then sew me and then I'll put a bucket on my nose, okay?
Okay.
But if you say fibber and I'm saying the right one, then you have to put a bucket on your nose. Then if I, but...
We're gonna go get some bacon.
Yay, bacon!
And more bacon?
Yeah, more bacon!
And then we're gonna go see Eddie at the mall.
Eddie at the mall!
And then we're gonna go to school.
I like good school.
What is it?
Baby! That's baby. Doesn't say nothing. Baby. We're having a baby? We are? You're having a baby?
Poor kid. He didn't want a baby. He just wanted a damn popsicle. That's sad.
24, 26, 27, 28, 29, 22, 23. I need some help.
So, Willow, did you have a good time at school today?
Yeah.
What was the best part?
Play outside. And the worst part was you getting me out of school.
Oh, man. Why?
Because I didn't want to leave.
No! 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 N-O. No! No, 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 no. No! 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 For the last time, no.
Mary had a little Mary went to the store. I sang it. But I want you to stop singing. It's too Mary had a little Mary went to stop it. Mary had a little.
Did you do this?
No. It was a very, very long time ago. And before I was born.
Really?
I think.
How do you know it was before you were born?
Because I didn't do it. I know.
Whoa, the hose is cut. That's wacky.
That's wacky. Hey,
Look, there's a squirrel on the roof. That's crazy.
That's crazy. Well, let's go faster.
Yeah, that's wacky.
That's wacky.
There's bananas in the apple tree. That's crazy.
That's crazy.
Bugsy, what's a trillion minus 999,999,999,999?
Hey, Bugsy, what's 1 plus 1 minus 1? What's 8 plus 7 minus 14?
What's 100 minus 99?
Whoa! What you doing?
Taking a break.
Taking a break? Are you counting the groceries?
No.
No?
I am.
Okay, let's go.
I'm counting groceries right now.
But we can count them when we get home and take them out of the bags.
There's another one. She is an angel sent straight from God. Look how cute she is.
What's back there?
Diapers, check. Wheels, check. Olives, check.
It's it.
I got this, honey. If you get me mad, I'll do it. Make me mad, Mom. Say here.
No!
Say that to me.
No!
Say, I love you. Why are you pointing to yourself? That's me. Say, I love you. I love you.
I love you so much. 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 I love you so much.
Chaz, what did you have for dinner tonight?
I had 8 cookies, almost a dozen.
What kind of cookies did you have?
I had cranberry oat cookies.
Cranberry oatmeal? Yeah, Papa baked a dozen cookies.
And I ate them.
And Daddy ate 2.
And you ate 1. And
then I came downstairs. The next thing I know, how many were left on the plate?
What?
And do you think it's affected your behavior at all?
No. It's just affected math.
All right, guys, that's going to do it for today. Thank you guys for joining us. I appreciate you very much. Please make sure, if you haven't done it, please hit that like button on your way out the door. And let's pull the poll for you guys real quick. Let's see what the final answer is. And that would be, drum roll. 86% of you said yes to do the paranormal creepy stuff tonight, and 13 said no. So that's what we'll be doing tonight. I'll be seeing you later on. For those of you that want to do that, thank you guys for that. I hope you guys have a great rest of your afternoon. Enjoy your weekend. Be safe out there. Don't forget to love yourselves and love each other. Don't change a thing about yourselves. You guys are beautiful people. And I will see you guys very soon. Take care, folks. Bye-bye.
Life's a journey, let's make every moment a shine. Together we share, our hearts so intertwined. Each time you tune in, we're dancing in sync. With every story told, just let your soul think. A little laughter, some love, we're flying high. As we wrap up this episode, it's not goodbye. News on the airwaves, spreading joy and cheer. Thanks for being with us, we'll see you right here. Kick back, take a breath, leave your worries behind. This podcast is magic, a treasure you'll find. With every moment shared, we light up the way. Join us next time for more laughs and play. A little laughter, some love, we're flying high. As we wrap up this episode, it's not goodbye. News on the airwaves, spreading joy and cheer. Thanks for being with us, we'll see you right here. Kick back, take a breath, leave your worries behind. This podcast is magic, a treasure you'll find. With every moment shared, we light up the way. Join us next time for more laughs and play. So hit that subscribe, keep the vibe alive. We're riding this wave and it's set to thrive. With smiles all around, let's seize the day. In this podcast family, worries drift away. A little laughter, some love, we're flying high. As we wrap up this episode, it's not goodbye. News on the airwaves, spreading joy and cheer. Thanks for being with us, we'll see you right here. So gather round friends, it's time to reflect. In this joyful moment, what's next to connect? Let's cherish the laughter, the joy that we spread. Together we'll thrive until our hearts are fed. See you next time with stories anew. Can't wait to share more with all of you.